How's it going, bros? How's it going? Dude, I wanted to stream today and God said no. Well, I guess I've defied that because now I'm streaming 2 hours past my normal time and YouTube is not included.
Also, it's cold.
It is cold. Crackhead, thank you for the prime. I appreciate you. Is that song on YouTube? No. It was an AI-generated remix posted in my Discord, and I thought it was funny, so I added it, but I don't advertise my starting soon songs too much because people get mad about them being AI remixes. Some of them aren't. Some of them are actual remixes. The Dracula Flow, that's a real remix by I'm Geyser. But a lot of the ones that are, like, very topical to the stream, those are not. Why is your voice shot? I'm just talking in a lower register. I could talk like this. Woke up this morning with a sore throat, though, so I'm trying to be a little easier on it. I got some tea here. This is truly a cursed day for stream. The original project that I was going to run today, I couldn't run because... I mean, not only did the stuff not show up, normally when stuff doesn't show up, it's like, okay, I'll just move it to the next day. Now, this shit isn't showing up till next week, brother. All my shipments got delayed due to the storm. Luckily, I didn't
Start
need...
with the Pennismeadow like Bill and Monica.
Alright. Luckily, I didn't need, the Temu stuff until Chinese week, because that got delayed by like 7 days. All my stuff for stream this week got delayed 5 days due to the storm. Most of it was through Amazon, and Amazon just max, like, delayed everything. So it's all fucked. So I actually had to, Sunday night, when I realized nothing was gonna show up, I had to kind of bullshit some stuff, so I got some ideas for tomorrow, but, like, it's kinda cooked, and then the weeks after this are gonna be stacked as hell with, like, crazy streams. So, you know, good stuff to look forward to, but this week is probably just gonna be more chill in general just because of that. I made some throat goat tea. People make fun of the throat coat, but literally, like, people who, like, sing and shit use this all the time. Well, one sip and it already makes my throat feel better. That's crazy. This shit was the only reason I didn't die during the subathon. Hightail? I played Hightail last night, actually. I pinged the Discord for it. It wasn't on my channel. It was on Hina's channel with Ecto and Mint. It was Ecto, me, Ecto, Hina, Mint. I believe. Hang on, wait. Was someone else there? I think that was the crew. Anyway, it was a good time. Doko puts in the work sometimes. My wife is an actor and she swears by it. It's pretty great. That and that Chinese shit. I haven't broke out the Chinese syrup. If I'm hurting tomorrow, then I'm gonna pull out the Chinese throat syrup that, like, is magic. But, generally, what happened to PC? My PSU failed. I don't know why. I don't know why, man. I do wonder, because I did put in a new spin disk backup drive this weekend. Well, you know what? I think that, maybe that fucked it over. In any case, I got dude, give me once we get to the part where we're doing the autopsy, then you can see. We'll go through it. First time watcher, welcome in. This is a more chill stream than usual, as you can probably tell. Also, it's starting 2 hours later because my PC wouldn't turn on. Just coincidence? Who knows? I don't know. I don't think I EMP'd it. That would be funny, though. That would be funny. I drink Jack Daniels for my sore throat. Alcohol actually kind of do hit sometimes on a sore throat. Hina isn't streaming on YouTube, and her stream crashes the Twitch app, so I couldn't watch. Why does it, I don't know why her streams crash the app every time. I don't know why either. She streams on YouTube sometimes, but similar to why I'm not streaming on YouTube right now, the problem with the YouTube streams is that, you gotta make a thumbnail for it. So if you're spontaneous, it doesn't really work. And also, YouTube viewers want the stream to be, like, scheduled in advance. It is funny that it's her specifically. I do some dumb stuff with my 750 watt Antec. So, I have an 850 watt, and it's actually, when I built the PC, I built it with a 750 watt, and then, not that awful long ago, I replaced it with the 850 watt when I was building was it the stream PC, or was it a PC for a friend? I was building someone else a PC, and they only needed a 750 watt, and I was like, wait, I should just give them the one out of my computer. They save money on the build, and then I upgrade mine to an 850, which is better. Anyway, the 851 exploded, so maybe it wasn't so hot. You basically have a schedule, they just can't handle you already got one. Your brother's PC? No, it was before that. I do PC work for friends occasionally. They'll be like, oh, hey, I want to upgrade my PC, and you know how to do it. So I'll be like, oh, okay, sure, because it's fun. And they'll buy the stuff, and then I'll just do it. Is it a Corsair RM850E? They are notorious for detonating. It's not a Corsair. Here, people keep fucking asking. I guess y'all can't wait. It's an MSI MAG. ABS Ogle PCIe 5. 80 plus gold, too. I thought this shit was a bronze. I thought it was their low end. So this is like their nicer one, too. No idea. No idea what caused this to fail. Was it plugged into a surge protector? Yeah, it's plugged into a chain of like 10 of them. Don't worry, it wasn't a surge that killed it. Probably under warranty. I bought this over a year ago. I can try to see if it's under warranty. We'll see. I bought a new one already, and the one I bought new is not an MSI. It is I believe it's an Asus. Also an 80 plus gold. We daisy chaining, bros? Yeah, bro, don't worry about it. I have a 10-year-old EVGA PSU. Hate that it has a split 12-volt rail. Oh no, bro. Had the same PSU. Oh no, Asus. Alright, I'm gonna... Dead ass. Is there a brand of PC part that I could buy that one of you would not be like, oh no, bro, not that? Like, I feel like it doesn't exist. Yeah, I'm gonna try to keep my voice low. I'm telling you, man, God didn't want this a project stream to happen today. Because this morning, wake up, throat hurts. More than it normally does just from me yapping. And I was like, oh no. To be real, I don't think I have a sickness. I think it's because of the incredibly cold air. The cold, dry air, I think, is fucking my throat up a bit more than usual. So I think that's causing it, but I was like, oh shit, man, I'm gonna have to, like, really treat well to stream today. Then, obviously, all the stuff where I was like, I don't even know what I'm gonna stream today because all my plans got fucked. And then, at, like, 3:30 or something, 3:30, 4 o'clock, my PC turns off, which is not unusual, unfortunately. There's some problem with it where it randomly reboots every, like, couple days. But it doesn't come back on. Or it half second starts to come back on, and then it goes, and then goes back off, and I was like, uh-oh. Uh-oh, bro. Uh-oh, that's not supposed to happen. And then I could not get it to turn back on at all. Oh, I love the backseaters. Oh, drink me more of that backseat. It's because of the Windows update. One, I don't use Windows 11, so not possible. Two, I didn't say wouldn't boot. I said wouldn't turn on. Maybe fucking listen, backseaters. If you're gonna tech support me, maybe listen to the terms I'm using. Won't boot implies that there is a problem where I'm getting power, but nothing is coming on the screen. This shit would not turn on. We can't even post. We can't even, like, we can't get anything. Not a single LED would light on the whole thing. That was our explanation for the random reboots. Do you think that I have brain damage? Do you think I have brain damage that I wouldn't recognize that it's a Windows update? No, bitch. It hard shuts off. It doesn't go shutting down your PC. No, I'll be doing something and it'll just hard cut power. Then the RAM error light on the motherboard blinks 3 times. Then it reboots. It is a memory problem. I do not know what the memory problem is. I cannot be asked to fix it. It has somehow never happened during a stream. Knock on wood.
Backseaters type exclamation feed.
Yeah, backseaters type exclamation feed is a great idea. That's a PSU thing. It's literally not a PSU thing. The thing that makes it reboot is not a PSU thing. You can't replace the RAM, not in this fucking economy. Also, even before the RAM prices hiked, it's 64 gigs of DDR5. That shit's like, it's like a $400 worth when I bought it new, man. That's a lot of money in RAM. In before God cuts his power next, that'd be the real icing on the cake. We have a shitload of snow here. I had to drive to the micro center. I had to spend an hour shoveling the driveway. Maybe it wasn't an hour. It was a long time. My fucking old man back was hurting after it, because it was one of those, you know, when you have to shovel the driveway and it's like one shovel push clears a row, that's one thing. But when you go like 1 foot and then you have to lift and throw the snow and you're doing it like bit by bit by bit because there's so much, oh god, it sucked. Anyway, it was really fighting me like crazy. Did you get any other goodies? Not this time. Not this time. Normally when I'm there, I get more 3D printer filament, but I've got a Bamboo sponsor coming in here soon, and they're, instead of me talking about a printer, they're gonna send me a bunch of their fancy filaments to try out and demonstrate in a project, which is very cool because they make some good stuff. So I didn't stock up on Micro Center filament because I'll be getting good quality Bamboo filament. And before your breaker tripped and it just didn't have power, that would have been like literal bottom barrel first thing I'd checked. Everything else in the basement had power. You can finally catch the dulls. Yeah, hey, there's some positives here. Oi, oi. If we get any more snow, I'm gonna lose my mind because I have to go, I'm hosting a thing with friends this weekend. I have to go get food on Wednesday. I also have to do a few other things. I have some other appointments on Wednesday that I'll have to travel for, and it'll make me shovel again. And if I have to shovel another fucking 12 inches out of the driveway, I'm gonna lose my damn mind. And speaking of an unexpected 12 inches, let's start our Wordle with the penis meta.
Strimmer, you're meant to push when shoveling snow, not lifting, because it causes fat asses to have cardiac events since the cold weather makes their veins tight.
Motherfucker, where do you push the snow if it doesn't all push? Also, are you dead fucking ass going to backseat shoveling the damn driveway? We're doing warty penis. We only got one letter out of that. E-A-R. I mean, like, I don't think this is it, but okay. It gives us some sussing out of where the letters are, right? We don't have to finish the dailies in 1 hour today. Hang on. That was the wrong one. Subathon announcement. What do I have that? Daily games disclaimer. There we go. EAR. Let's suss out a different R position here. Motherfucker. Freak? Oh, there we go. There we go. We only had so many more options we could possibly pick from. Let's fucking go. Let's go, brothers. Freak mode activated. Wonder what kind of fancy filament they're printing. They're sending, I know they're sending, I think they're sending TPU and, because I print everything in PLA. I know they're sending some TPU and PETG, I think is what they want to do, but then they also have some ones that have like specifically tougher material properties. I can't remember what they are. I don't think it's nylon though. Nylon requires a nozzle swap to print on a bamboo printer. There's not very many printers that ship with nozzles or like hardware capable of printing nylon, because it prints at a much higher temperature and it's just a lot stronger. TPU is great when it works. Yeah, I have some inland TPU. I can't use it on my P1S, but I can use it on my A1. Because the A1 has a direct drive, so you can actually use TPU. Silent Talking, dude, thank you for the 7 months of T3. Holy shit, brother. Also, Fire Chris, thank you for that Prime sub for 5 months. And Edo Room. I'll go through all the subs when we switch over to the table. Wait, shit, no, they're not printing out. Okay, hang on. I forgot to open up StreamerBot. One second. One second. I completely forgot to set this. Well, it's been a long day, okay? The horn works no matter what. It doesn't require any prerequisite. It doesn't even use the API. It scrapes the chat as a what's it called? An IRC feed. So it's so resilient, it'll run no matter what. The receipt printer though requires StreamerBot to be running on the PC. Aye. Alright, Eldo Room, thank you for the 8 months. I appreciate you, brother. And then hang on. Let me make sure. Yeah, I thanks Crackhead Electronics. WYXR, thank you for that Prime resub for 2 months. Big Man Leon, thank you for that 8 months. And Slip Nother, thank you for the 2 months of Prime. I appreciate you. Thank you. Yes, the horn goes off if someone subs when I'm not streaming. The receipt printer generally doesn't unless I forget to turn it off. But normally I turn off StreamerBot. Or, no, what happens is I close OBS and the plugin for StreamerBot stops running. So it never sends it to the receipt printer. I ignored everyone saying to absolutely dry TPU before each print because I thought, how bad can it be out of the box? Turns out for once, everyone on Reddit was right. TPU is a very temperamental thing. Also, literally had to fucking read around the damn horses in the chat to read your message. Why does it fucking block the messages with horse heads when someone does a horse redeem? When someone gives horse bits? See? Do you put honey in your tea? Yeah, this has honey that my dad harvested because he keeps bees. I don't know what you say. What do you say about honey? Do you say, oh yeah, my family grows that? Like, you don't really grow it. They harvest it is what I typically say. But like, what do you... Oh yeah, we keep bees. We get it. Yeah, you don't milk a bee. I hate on-screen emotes with a burning passion. Ha! Boomer! Boomer alert! Boomer alert! Me win on-screen emote. Oh no! Twitch is ruining the platform! Me win watching Nico clip from a Japanese streaming service in 2005 while like words fucking cover the whole screen. Oh yes, you know, it's just that the culture, it's so cool, and I love how optimized the app is. Just ignore the emotes. My uncle's a beekeeper and we just talk about him collecting it from the bees. Will the emotes be on the VOD? No, they're not in the VOD, as far as I know. I hated that too. Okay, I'll give you some consistency. Twitch chatters could never watch Nico. Nico's funny, because it is literally blasting the screen with the fucking chat. It's so hard to see what's going on if it's an active chat. Just joined PSU died. Yes, I replaced it. We're going to do a little autopsy after I'm done with my daily games. We started late, though, due to the fact that my entire stream got fucked by the PSU dying. All right, let's do the mini crossword. We go for a sub 2 minute. Sub 3 minute, we're good. Sub 1 minute, we're gods. Snappy put down. Drop. Power 6 across. Vehicle subject. E-bike, I think. Eco-friendly. Tallies up. Ads. Alright, snappy put down. This is gonna be a zebra. That was so hilarious, hyperbolically. Without clothing. Naked. Secluded valleys. Snappy put down. Square, peg, and a round hole. Eco-friendly is green. Power 6. Pedal. E-bike. That was so hilarious. I died. Snappy put down. Zine. Secluded valleys. Glins. We just made a sub 1 minute.
Like Glock.
No, we're not gonna be doing that. Holy shit. Okay, we got the sub 1 minute. Let's fucking go, brothers. Let's go. Zine. I didn't read what it was. I was just like, what can I make with Z-I-N? Zing. Snappy put down is a zing, apparently. Glins, though, makes sense. I wouldn't have pulled that one off the dome, but with the context, I can figure it out. Sub 1 minute, he is him. Dude, it's actually crazy that we get the sub 1 minute. We've had the sub 1 minute so many times recently, which unfortunately, like, I think we need to start evaluating whether I'm getting better or they're making the mini crossword too easy. Because those used to be rare, but now I feel like in the last week I've gotten the majority of them in sub 1 minute. Oi, oi. King Kashova, thank you for the 11 months of T2. Thank you, dude. Thank you. Let's do our connections. Also, I am sorry that I have to talk lower, but I'm trying to preserve my voice a bit. Maybe my throat is sore because I'm fucking streaming all the time. I'm streaming so much more now. Maybe I gotta cut the gaming a bit. No, but I love the gaming. You know what I need to do is I need to stop screaming during the gaming streams. It's fucking blowing my throat out. Eyebrow raised, winky face, lip bite emoji. Alright, let's do the connections. They're looking at chat, so I can't even see you cringe at that one. Foster cow, badge, milk, rabbi, rattle, field, moose, squeeze, close, ruffle, fleece, Weaver, Drain, Goa, Buffalo. All right, schizophrenic purple is going to include this. Goa? That's not a word that is used that is used in real life. Rabbi is probably also in there. Oh, yeah, hang on. It's animals minus one letter. Rabbi is rabbit. Goa is goat. Hang on. Moose is moose. Hang on. I figured out the purple already. Right out the fucking gate. Badge is badger. That's the purple. Actually, send it. They said it couldn't be him! We're actually so cracked, it's unreal. Oh my gosh, dude. That's... my brain has been fucking cooked to the point where I can recognize this on sight. That's crazy. Alright, let's see what the rest of these are. If I end up missing another one, it's gonna look really embarrassing. Buffalo, buffalo milk. We have cow, milk. Okay, let's lower that voice again. By the way, I didn't yell. I just got really close to the mic. Here, look, turns out, life hack to save my voice. Maybe I should start doing this more. If you grab the mic and hold it real close to your mouth, you can act like you're yelling without actually yelling. It's the same level of volume, I promise. Because I know you motherfuckers are gonna tell me that I screamed. Okay, hang on. I'm literally fighting ghosts right now. For no reason. Squeeze. Squeeze. Milk. Fleece. Rattle. These are all words for getting money out of somebody. Alright. Foster. Hang on. Cow, buffalo. It's the only animals here. Let's see. Let's see. We got 2 more categories here. Close or close. Hang on, do you think this is things that can be a noun or adjective? Close, close.
Thank you for your preg video. It was great.
Thanks, Obama. I'm glad you enjoyed that. Close or close. Ruffle or ruffle. Buffalo, buffalo. Drain, drain. Am I crazy here? Like, things that can be both a noun or an adjective? Or verb, sorry. A noun or a verb? I think that could actually be it. Then that would leave us with, because let's see, squeeze, rattle, milk, fleece. That leaves us with cow, foster, weaver, field. You know what? I'm not so confident in that category. I think that maybe that's not the case. Foster, weaver. Dude, I got that purple on sight, and now I'm like, Cow. does Cal go with? Foster, Weaver. The Foster, the Weaver. This is actually so... This has got me pretty fucked up. I'm pretty sure Fleece, Squeeze, Milk... I think Rattle. Words for getting money from someone? Oh, no, wait. You know what it probably is? Drain. It's probably Drain, Milk, Fleece, Squeeze. That's probably what it is. That leaves us with Rattle, Cal, Foster, Rattle, Field, Cal, Close, Ruffle, Weaver, Buffalo. I can't even... There's two animals in this lineup, which is really getting my ass. Because it's like... I don't know what the other thing would be. A cow, a buffalo, maybe a rattlesnake, a weaver? Is that like a bug? Foster. I'm pretty sure this is one of the categories, but what is this other cat? It's got to be a blue one, too. Foster. Let's see. Close a deal. Field a deal.
There I was just enjoying some quality Hytale gaming, and suddenly my personal computer got hit by the snowstorm.
Oh my
and it all
gosh.
goes black. Anxiety washes over me in a terrible way.
That stupid fucking unplugged sound effect, dude. Oh my gosh. Here's the thing, bro. One of these got to be either the green or the yellow. Just by process of elimination. One of these has to be. Is there like a name thing? Ruffle, Buffalo, Foster, and Weaver are names. Those are names. Or they can be names. Close, Rattle, Field, Cow. Well, then I have to find how those go together. Dude, maybe my thing about the things that are both a noun and a verb. Wait, maybe it's things that are nouns, verbs, and adjectives? I keep thinking of the fucking buffalo, 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 buffalo thing with this word. But what else here is a noun, a verb, and an adjective? Cow, I think also is. Noun, verb, and adjective. Noun, it's the animal. Verb, to cow. I've heard that before. I don't really know what it means. Adjective, cow tools. Oh my gosh, dude. Cow, rattle. No, I don't know. I think I'm barking up the wrong tree with that one. I'm really fucking stuck on this. I got this purple so fast that I was celebrating, and now I'm preemptively like queuing myself up to fuck up the remaining one. Dude, I feel like okay, wait, maybe not ruffle. There's something to this being names, though. Maybe field. Maybe it's Foster, Field, Weaver, Buffalo. These are the names of guys. Then that leaves us with rattle, cow, close, ruffle. Rattle, cow, close, ruffle. Rattlesnake, cow, the animal, closer, rattler. It might be something like that. The ruffler, cower, maybe. I don't know. I don't know about that, boss. Would it be crazy for me to send Foster, Field, Weaver, Buffalo? That's sending 4 names, not knowing what they're associated with solely based on the fact that they sound like names is kind of like an absurd play. But like, if this is the blue category, I'm gonna lose my shit, man. Rattle, close, ruffle, and cow. Squeeze, drain, milk, fleece. I'm pretty sure squeeze, drain, milk, and fleece, that's a category. That's for sure a category. You know what? Maybe because I'm so unsure, I should lock that in. It'll be out of order, but yeah, fuck. It's the yellow. Dude, Foster, Weaver, Field, Buffalo. Dude, it's got me. It's really got me tempted. It's really got me tempted to send it. The Weaver. Weaver and Foster, like, they sound like names. The question is, Field kind of goes with cow and buffalo. So, I'm a little apprehensive here. I really am kind of stuck on this. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe like cow, like buffalo, rattle, ruffle. Like words for like strong arming someone, maybe? Maybe? Uh like what? I don't know, man. This is, guys, I'm saying it like I'm gonna ask you for advice. Foster, Weaver, Field, and Buffalo. I feel like it's names. I feel like it's names of some people that I have no idea about. Ew, why'd that sip of tea taste horrible? The problem with the one of this being like strong arming someone, I don't know if cow was even that. Maybe. I don't know. I'm so stuck. I'm so stuck. Close, ruffle, rattle, cow. That doesn't make any sense though. What the fuck is... If I go with this, what the hell is this category, man? This shit don't make no sense. Unless we're going with the closer, ruffler, cower, rattler. I don't know about that, boss. I don't... I don't know, man. Weaver, Foster, Field, Buffalo. Yeah, you know, these are all famous people's names. Sigourney Weaver, Nathan Fielder, Buffalo Bill, Bananas Foster. I don't know, man. I don't know what this shit is. They just sound like their fucking names. I don't have any other... I don't have any other, like, way to describe it to you.
Who are we touching today?
Okay. You know what? Fuck it. This is wrong, but it'll maybe give me a one away, and I can use that to determine. It is a one away. Motherfucker. Which one is wrong? It's gotta be Field, right? It's gotta be Field. Is it Ruffle? Is it fucking Ruffle? Closer, fielder, cower, rattler kind of sounds like an actual... That sounds like a real category. Maybe I've, like, gaslit myself. You guys are gonna kill me, man. I think that... I think that maybe I've gaslit myself. Here. Maybe that's real. Let's send it. That's not even one away. That means I took an existing. So Field is definitely part of this. Fuck, man. Weaver, Field, Buffalo. Literally the only one of these that could be named is Close. Maybe it's Foster, Ruffle, Rattle, Cow. Close, Weaver, Field, Buffalo. I'm gonna be actually so fucking mad when I find out what these categories are. Weaver, Ruffle, Rattle, Cow. Buffalo, Ruffle, Rattle, Cow. Ruffle is absolutely not in this category. Process of elimination due to missing one of the categories. Foster and Weaver sound like names. I originally had this idea where these are all verbs for strong-arming. Close, Field, Weaver, Foster. It's probably the names of some fuckers I don't care about. They sound like names. Close is the only one that could be a name. If not, Field. No, Field absolutely was one. I confirmed it. Foster and Weaver just sound like names. They sound so much like names. I would be really surprised if it was not these. Maybe I'm wrong. Fucking send it. This will tell us at least if close is a category or not. Oh my gosh! Iconic actresses? Wait, what? Sigourney Weaver. I know that one. Who the fuck are these other three? And then these are words for strong-arming? Daunt. What a piece of shit connections this was. Extremely tricky. Okay, I wasn't the only one at least. Most people fucking failed this connection. That's crazy. We didn't even... This was the most popular first choice by a massive margin. It's literally easier to figure out than the rest of the puzzle. Who are the other three people here? Sally Field, Jodie Foster. Okay, okay, I've heard of Jodie Foster. Sally Field. Who's Close? Glenn Close. He doesn't know women. He doesn't know women. I'm gonna look these people up. If their heyday of their career is over 20 years ago, you're all getting banned, everyone who said that. If the heyday of their career is decades old, then get the fuck out of here. Because I've never heard of Glenn Close. She has spent 5 decades on stream and stage. Born March 1947. Oh, what do you know? Old ass motherfucker in some shit in the 60s. Yeah, and who's the other one? Who's Field? Yeah, who's the other one? Sally Field? Another one I've never heard of? Oh, born 1946? Born 1 year after they dropped the nukes? Oh, what do you fucking know? Let's guess when their heyday was, shall we? Some other fucker from the 1960s. I'm not watching any of these movies, dog. I don't know these people. Glenn Close is ridiculously famous. Oh, really? Oh, really? So famous, 5 out of 5 difficulty? So famous 4% were able to pull it out? That's how famous they are? They're probably famous if you're, like, into movies. Not if you're just a guy. They're all still acting? Yeah, they all got cast in that new Borderlands movie. Hey. No, you don't understand. If you're 60 years old, these are really famous people, bro. It's like trying to explain to your grandpa that XQC is famous. He's watching different shit, bro. He doesn't know this. Likewise, I was literally, like, born 3 decades after the heyday of these actresses. Sigourney Weaver is an Avatar? That If you have been watching for the last 10 minutes, then you know that Sigourney Weaver was the only one that I correctly identified as an actress's name before I guessed anything. Because I said, this sounds like names. Like, Sigourney Weaver? Literally the only one that I was able to identify. All the other ones, Jodie Foster. Now that you say Jodie Foster, I know who Jodie Foster is. That one I didn't lock in on my brain when I was trying to solve the puzzle, but I didn't know. I do know Jodie Foster. The other two I do not know. I have literally never heard of them. Glenn Close was in the newest Knives Out. Oh boy, didn't you consume the latest? No, we can't go down this one. Knives Out is literally like manufactured mass market slop. I'm not watching Knives Out. Need to be in Disney animated films for him to know. That's not true, because I don't think I could name fucking anyone who is a VA in a Disney movie, except maybe like 2 people. Glenn Close, Fatal Attraction. Oh, a movie I've never seen. Excellent. But it is famous, because I've kind of heard of it. Balls Out was better. I guess if you're Disney brained, you don't know these movies. It is like insanely... I mean, you're just rage baiting, actually. Drizzle, you're rage baiting. Cause like I don't watch Disney movies now. I watched them when I was a child. And I just remember them. Maybe you're just uncultured in movies. You're kind of right. I don't watch old movies. I've watched a couple that are like, you know, big name, like everyone should see these kind of ones. But I'm not watching like I'm not watching a bunch of old movies, man. Old movies in quotes? Brother, these movies came out before I was on the planet. I can call them old movies. You guys call me old every stream, but I'm not allowed to call a movie that's older than me old? Are you high? '80s movies are old. Literally 50 fucking years old, Gramps. They're not new anymore. Old movies are a struggle to watch. No, bro. Put on the 80s movies. I love that you can watch the sexual abuse against the actors be just blatantly on display in the movies. It really adds to the experience. No, bro, put on the old 1960s movies. I love that shit. I love watching Breakfast at Tiffany's. What a thrill. You know, maybe I am just uncultured. I don't like watching shit that's not interesting. Glenn Close is Cruella in the old live-action Dalmatians movie. She was in Hook. She was the mom gorilla in Tarzan. Once again, you can't try to attach this to Disney movies because I don't know who acts in those either. I could never fucking tell you. Mel Brooks movies are goated. Yeah, those are pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie. Dude can't appreciate classics. I'm gonna be real. Yeah, I think that maybe I can. Because I do legitimately hate watching old movies. I generally find it unenjoyable. So the problem was you, not the actress's age? Okay, so what about old movies do you not understand? Like the phrase old movie. What do you not understand about that? Is the word old, is that confusing you as to like, when I say I don't watch old movies and you say, oh, so it isn't really the problem? It's like, no, it's fucking old. That's why I don't know it. What's considered old? Older than me. What are you talking about? Didn't you say you like It's a Wonderful Life? Yeah, it's a great movie. I didn't say I hate every movie older than I am. I said in generally, I do not enjoy watching old movies. Lord of the Rings is basically an old movie now. Once again, not older than me. You guys are just, you are just like being a fucker now. You could, I am whiffing up the most blockable shots of all time. I am giving you free ammunition to spin up spite on me, and instead you're trying to pretend that you don't know what old is. That's really your, I'm getting more pissed off now that you're not owning me more. Because I am basically realizing when I started this rant that maybe I'm just uncultured. So you already got me locked in on just calling me uncultured. Instead, you're pretending to be brain damaged and not know what the word old means. Actual, like, fumble of a century. I know, I'm giving you guys free ammunition. What the hell, bro? You're reaching with just not paying attention to who the actors are in movies? You know, that might also be part of it. I'm just saying, if it was 4 actresses from the last 20 years, I probably would have identified them as actresses. Because they would have been in, like, popular media. Anyway, let's do the food guesser. That looks delicious. It's literally fucking cheese. A semi-hard, unripened cheese known for its high melting point. Make it perfect for grilling or frying without losing shape. Crafted from a blend of goat's and sheep's milk, it offers a unique salty flavor with a tangy undertone enjoyed in salads, sandwiches, or skewers. Ooh. Maybe Greek? Maybe, Turkish? Iranian? Perhaps? This shit looks delicious. I'm gonna go with, like, Greek? Warm, but not quite. Okay, it is Middle Eastern, then. So I'll probably go Jordanian, Iraqi. Let's go Iraq, actually. Or Iran. Either one. Fuck! It's a wait, it's halloumi cheese? Wait, where is halloumi cheese actually from? If not... Wait. Wait, Greek borders Turkey, right? Am I crazy? Where's halloumi cheese from? Northwest of Iraq. But it borders... Hang on. I literally thought that halloumi cheese was Greek. But apparently it's not Greek? Wait, where is it from, if not Greece? And Iraq is wrong, too. Is it from, hang on. This is actually throwing me so hard. Is it from, Cyprus? Yeah, it is. Ah, shit. I thought it was Greek. I group these together a lot. Damn, man. Well, that got me. Rice, garlic, onion, fish sauce, soy sauce, eggs, chicken, shrimp, pork, beef, green onions, cilantro, lime wedges, tomatoes, cucumber slices, chili peppers, and sugar. Flavorful fried rice meal made with jasmine rice as its base. It has eggs, chicken, shrimp or beef with garlic, onions, and vegetables like carrots and peas. Seasoned with soy sauce, fish sauce, and a hint of lime. Is this fucking... This is like... It's fried rice, bruh. But like, where from? Where specifically is this one from? Philippines, maybe? Northwest of the Philippines? Are they calling this one Thai? Vietnam? It's a specific type of fried rice. Vietnam? Fuck! It's Thai. We're whiffing left and right today, bro. This sucks. Cow fat! Me when my cattle's hitting the threshold necessary for slaughter. We're actually so cooked today, man. I should have taken the sign from God that was given to me. Flour, sugar, baking powder, salt, eggs, water, red bean paste, sweetened milk, chocolate custard, cheese, and sweet potato paste. This shit gotta be Korean, right? It's gotta be, South Korea? Shit, it's not. Whoa, wait. Hot and east of Korea? Oh, it's gotta be Japan, then. That's the only other one that would be there. Hey, on, for some reason I was thinking Japan was kind of under Korea. Maybe I am cooked today. Taiyaki? Alright, we'll go with it. I fucking love taiyaki. It's Japan, man. Japan? Japan, yeah. Japan or Korea. Sorry, weebs. I didn't identify this as kaiyaki, like, straight off the cuff. I was barely above average. I'm actually sucking shit at everything today. Let's do the scrandle. Chicken club sandwich, 7-Eleven, or bad hot dog. I'm gonna go with, you know, this hot dog, it looks kind of sad, but I would rather have this. This is like, I don't know, man. It's not right. You should visit Japan. I'm simply not motivated enough to do it. I don't care enough about Japan to make it worth thousands of dollars for me to go there. Maybe one day if like I have friends going, but I have no desire to go on my own. Dude, where's the pie? This shit is fries and mushed peas. Chicken wings with chips. I'm gonna go with that one. 88, wow. Cornish pastry with a pint, no price data. Or nasty ass black bread with a Pepsi for 7-Eleven. I'm gonna go with Cornish pastry. Sausage, bread, and pickle. Oh, Poland, never change. Hog wild. Barbecue, pulled pork, mac and cheese, bacon bits, fried onion, sour cream, and barbecue sauce. If it ain't this, it's fucking wrong. That looks awesome. Meat and potato pie. This actually looks like good Brit slop, and this looks like bad Brit slop. So I'm gonna go with this one. Pie, peas, and gravy, or chicken burger with waffle fries that looks like it comes crazy. That's a depression meal. Some of these are... Okay, chicken and chips with a cider for $8.85 or $8.89. Not the worst ever, I'll be real. But look at these fucking buffalo wings for like the same price, dude.
Sorry about your computer.
It's okay, Jumpy. Thank you for the sub. I appreciate ya. Salt and pepper chicken with chips or pulled pork cheeseburger with slaw. That looks insane. I'm going with the Borg. Because that one's looking a little dry. Taco hot dog with a Coke from Norway. What is wrong with Norway, man? Every time they're on here, it's some shit like this. Or pulled pork and cheese hot dog. This looks like slop, but this looks like good
Here's
slop.
to many more months.
Oh, thanks, Dalek. I appreciate you. Alright, vomit or diarrhea? Take your pick. Honestly, I think the fish and chips... This is the first actual, like, hard pick because they're both kind of similarly, like, 1641. With fried halloumi, which is apparently not Greek. It is apparently Cyprian. Chicken curry and chips with a pint. Ooh, with a pint? Because that's too much for fish and chips. I'm gonna go with the diarrhea. Ah, shit. They went with this. Okay, we got 9 out of 10 Scran, though. That's crazy. Scranner with the mandate of heaven? They tell you have the mandate of heaven when you get this good? Alright, hang on a second. Let's do the bandle. We'll do our final. I know we're over time, but like literally I don't care. We don't have YouTube waiting on us today, so we can do whatever the fuck we want. No, I never want to do that ever. 1999, we're gonna miss this one, dog. 342 million YouTube views, easy difficulty. Let's see if we can guess the song. Wait. Wait, this sounds so familiar. This sounds so familiar. Hang on. What is this? What is this? It's very poppy. 90s. 1999 pop. Who's like big at the time? Who was big at the time? Is this some like what are they called? Is this like some Spice Girls, maybe? I really don't know, but like it's that kind of music. It's not Spice Girls. Wait. So I definitely don't know this song, and I don't think I'm gonna get it at all. Because I feel like I feel like that's a dead ringer, and I just do not know this. I don't recognize this in the slightest. 1999 pop. It's definitely it's. Yeah, I just don't know this. This is like a woman pop artist in the 90s. Is this maybe No Doubt? No Doubt, Just a Girl? No. I don't know this song, man. Alright, what is it, man? What is it? Just tell me. I give up. I'm reading chat. Nope. Is the Rude Sandstorm. It's Genie in a Bottle. I've never heard this song. Christina Aguilera. In 1990. Wait, what? In 1999? That's crazy. I didn't know she was around that long. Well, now I'll ultimately embarrass myself. Let's do the Disney hurdle, and then we'll get to our autopsy. Aye. This from a Goofy movie? Nah. This is like a fucking Disney Channel movie, man. I'm fucked even on this one. Wait. Or maybe this is Phil Collins. Hang Hang on, is this some Tarzan? Hang on. Is this some Tarzan? Oh, this Strangers Like Me! Alright, never mind. I thought for a second Goofy movie? And then I heard the Phil Collins in it. Okay. Dude, it's Phil Collins. He's only done 2 Disney movies, and the other one is hot dog shit. Yo, who the fuck is Glenn Close? Hang on. Who said that? Wowgoob, you have... I know there's a 15-second delay from when I talk to when there's a thing, so I'm saying the timer right now. You have 15 seconds from when this hits your feed to list 5 Glenn Close movies. And if you don't, perma. Ready? Go. I've got it going right now. You got them listed out yet? Dude, it should be easy because they're so famous. Right? Should be real easy. Because they're so famous, after all. Wild Close, I'm not seeing... Oh, motherfucker, he actually did it. Fatal Attraction, Dangerous Liaisons. I've never even heard of that movie. 101 Dalmatians, The Wife, and Albert Nobbs. All right. Motherfucker, you think you're so smug. Never mind. The fucking goat is right here. Never mind, he named... I don't even know what 3 of the movies are. I'll be dead ass. I've never even heard of the majority of the 5 movies listed. Fact check him? Nah, I'm gonna actually take him at his word. I don't think he would lie. He cheated? Cine 2 Nerdle player? I could fucking never play Cine 2 Nerdle. It's literally, if I listed off my top 10 favorite movies, I couldn't tell you the lead actors or actresses in them. I would be like the worst person ever. He's right, but he cheated. Hang on, Mint. Why do you think they cheated? What makes you think they cheated? Because I don't have any way. Nobody fucking knows a third of those movies, and I say that as a mid-tier movie fucker. Mint, you would have nailed the connections today. I didn't get it because I said it was all famous actresses, and I only knew 2 of the 4. I never even heard of the other 2. Your ass would fucking nail them because you would know the names immediately. I don't know anything about movies. Actors and actress names do not fucking stick in my head. I wouldn't be able to name them off the top of my head, but I know them. Is this the Explode MSI Meg 850 special? Alright. We're gonna do a little, autopsy today. Whoa, I got bare arms. I forgot to put my lab coat on. We started stream late today, as I've already explained, because my PSU exploded, and so I was like, fuck, we're not gonna get to stream. But luckily, I could run down to Micro Center, which is like a 40-minute drive, but we'll get there. And I got a new one. So we're up and running again. We're able to stream again. We got everything situated and working. This is our problem causer. I don't know what exactly he's done, but we're gonna get to the bottom of it. Well, we'll try at least. If we open it up and there's an exploded capacitor, yay, we got easy mode. If we open it up and we can't see any physical thing, I'll need to probe around it a bit. We'll see if we can determine what it is, though. Did it emit interesting odors or noises? I'm pretty sure I heard a pop. But we'll see. Make sure to drain the capacitors. I'm an electrical engineer by trade. I know how to do maintenance on electrical components. Don't worry, brother. Let's go through our subs for a second, though. Ebuds World, thank you for the 10 months. Love you, Slab. Say it back. Love you, Ebuds. King Kashova, thank you for the bits. Small Mystery, thank you for the 5 months. Appreciate you. Dalek, thank you for the 5 months. Jumpy, thank you for the 9 months. Sorry for your computer. Don't worry, bro. I got it fixed. Anon, thank you for the gift sub. Hi, Demon, thank you for the 100 bits. Token Blitz, thank you for the 7 months. Mookie Sticks, thank you for the gift sub to Geyser. I appreciate that. Tomato, thank you for the 14 months. Aye. King Kashova, thank you for the 200 bits. And the T2 resub for 11 months. And the other 200 bits. And Genova PNG, thank you for the 3 months. Thank you. I appreciate y'all. Now, I'm not saying I can't make mistakes, because I have absolutely gotten a little jolt off of a cap that I forgot to drain. But I do know you're supposed to drain them. Also, not sponsored. Actually not sponsored, but this tool company, Fantic, sent me this tool. They sent me this little power screwdriver. So, I'll get to try that out too, because I haven't messed with this thing. Let me see. Yeah, baby. Let's see if this does it better than me unscrewing it manually like a scrub. It's pretty damn good. They put their little MSI. Don't fucking unseal us. Too bad, bitch. This shit's out of warranty. Can my balls drain the caps? I just wish, for once, that the most like rudimentary jokes were blocked off. Come on, man. Every time I go live, it's a ball joke. Those stickers mean nothing legally? Wait, really? I feel like they... Holy shit. I mean, like, mean nothing legally doesn't mean they won't turn your warranty down for it. There we go. I will have to be careful till I get my caps. Yo, thank you so much for the 5 gift subs. Arid Grassland, I appreciate ya. To Voidbite EXE, Gawk64, Bear Onyx, 785, Crizzle Sticks, and Xander1115. Thank you. Did you remember to replace the Electron filters? Thank you for the 200 bits, WIXR. And Watchmakering, thank you for the 38 months. Watchmakering has been here forever. He's been here basically as long as, not quite as long as I've been streaming, but pretty close to as long as I've been streaming. And then all internal screws on these guys. I want to get the whole board out of here. I've never taken apart one of these modular ones. Normally, with the ones I take apart are the old ones from, like, pre-builts, because they're good for scrapping parts out of. But this guy is actually from a newer build. Turn my torque up on this guy. There's a torque setting on it for unscrewing, though. Just get that shit out of there. I think the toggle switch might be soldered down, which might make it a little tricky to get this whole thing out of here. Yeah, it's gonna prove to be a little difficult. I'm a noob, but last time my camera angle was like this, something blew up. What do you mean? What do you mean? Okay, there we go. I wonder how they do this. Because, like, they have to solder this in after it's in the case already, right? That has to be... Oh, well, it's probably the lead is here, and then they solder it to the plug, if I had to guess. That's probably what it is. Alright, let's see what we blew up here. Yo, Constance Velocity, thank you for that Prime sub. Appreciate ya. Do a little autopsy. Also, since this is a casual stream, and you guys seem to like it when I do this thing, today's also going to be a little bit of Q&A. You guys can bring forth your tech questions, and I will attempt to answer them, even though I am a buffoon who doesn't know anything and did horrible on the dailies. Honestly, all these, like, modern power supplies, I'm doing this for good practice. Drain the caps to make sure there's nothing on them. But, like, the way they make these modern supplies, these really should all have drain resistors on them, so they shouldn't be fully charged at this point. Because this has been off for a couple hours since it last turned on. They made non-tech questions? Yeah, sure, if you want. One shot, the only daily that mattered. I was gassing myself up as being the god of connections on when I got the purple on the first, and then the blue was like the most unattainable one to me specifically possible. Yo, Zoodrag, thank you for the 20 months. I appreciate you, dude. And King Kashova, thank you for the bits. And Mega PC, thank you for the 22 months. Thank you, man. Aye, aye. You used to put hard drives in the freezer to get them back. Insane. I bought an Arduino robot. What's the best software for programming it? I mean, I use Arduino Studio for them. I mean, are you asking, like, IDE, or are you asking, like, code? Because if you're asking code, the entire point of the Arduino robot is that you learn how to program it yourself. In that case, it's just going to be whatever you want it to be, effectively. What do you want it to do? Do you want it to, like, try to fight you? Do you want it to try to, like, follow a line? You got to figure that stuff out. Or you got to, like, get that locked in so that you can work towards your goal. Alright, hang on. I'm actually getting more tech questions I can fucking answer in one go. I wanted to dip balls in sauce. I had a philosophical take. I'm a crackhead, brother. I don't know if this is what you want out of this. One of my hard drives stopped working. Powered off and on and it didn't come back. Checked in BIOS and it saw it but couldn't access. Spin disk or a solid state? Because if it's a spinning disk, it might be a mechanical failure. Holy shit. Token Blitz, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. I appreciate ya. Disarray, Sig43, Duran 5, Stephen Cleverpig, and Estajosa. Thank you. Angry Marine, thank you for the 4 months. I appreciate you, brother. Did you buy Soy's custom printed PCB? I did. Hasn't come in yet. Probably gonna be a while before it does, if I had to guess. Assembly is a absolute pain in the ass to get running right. So she's got a bit of a journey there. Okay, hang on. I'm desoldering this. I could cut the wire. Trying to do this the better way. Try to do this the better way by un-ROHS compliancing this board. That fucking massive plane it's connected to makes this really, really hard to remove. Holy shit. Alright, you know what? I'm going about this the wrong way. I should have tried to disconnect it from the switch side. I love assembly. I love pushing numbers around. Well, my goldfish came in today and it was supposed to come in tomorrow. Would you like to eat my goldfish? No, I would not. What the hell, dog? Alright. Can you tell us both in scientific proper terms and dumb man terms what you are doing? I'm opening up the PSU that exploded that caused me to miss stream today so that I can figure out why it broke, maybe. And if I can't figure out why it broke, I don't know, maybe I'll salvage the board or something. When I was a kid, I would strip the parts off of boards like this all the time. Basically because I couldn't afford parts and people were throw out electronics all the time. So it's a pretty good... Alright, it's literally not worth it to desolder it. Just cut it off here. Just cut it off, bro. Just cut it off. Alright, hang on. Should save this little case, because those are actually pretty useful for stuff. Waste not, want not, you know. I try to make use of... I try to use every part of the buffalo here when I scrap things out. Which is why even projects where it seems like there's a one-time use thing, I always save the parts and try to integrate them into future projects. Alright, hang on a second. Brittle Juice, thank you so much for the 7 months. Thank you. Stopped watching any streamers after my breakup, but now that I am here, I realize I miss watching you, so here I am. Welcome back. I hope you're doing better. Jack Parsons Laboratory, thank you for the 4 months. Your streams make this old happy. Keep up the great work. I try, brother. Thank you so much. JP Swim, thank you for the 8 months. Thanks for all the content, Slab. Was a fan of your content. Keep it up. Much love. Thank you. I'll keep doing it as long as I can. And Floofy Boy, thank you for the fresh Prime sub. Hang on a second. Oddpunk, thank you for the 100 bits. Hey Slab, what's a good technical phrase I can put in my next sci-fi story to make it sound like I actually know stuff about electronics, robotics? Inverse kinematics. Basically, all of armature robotics is based around the mathematical formulas of inverse kinematics, but if you whip that out whenever you're talking about something with a robot or robot repair in a sci-fi story, it shows that they did some research. My brain locks onto it when I see it in writing. It's not like, you know, exclusive knowledge or anything to know that. It's just that most people don't do enough research to pull it out. Also, fun fact, in the... Bro stroking the cat. I was trying to get the dust off of it. This thing's fucking caked in dust. Probably because it's down here. This thing's in like the fucking dirt hole, man. Aye. These are so different than they used to be. Look at all the discrete components on the back. When I was a kid, what I would do to scrap these, if I wanted the parts off of one, they were a single-sided board. So they only had solder traces on the back. There were never surface mount stuff. Like, basically never any surface mount stuff. It was all through hole on the top. So I would hold the back with a pair of pliers and then get a blowtorch and just torch the side. And then as the solder melted, the heavy parts would fall off. And then at the end, I'd swack it with the end of the torch. and it would knock all the rest of them off. And then I would collect all the capacitors and put them in sorted containers. If I did this now, though, it would torch all these little surface mount components. Which, I mean, that's like acceptable loss, I guess, but also like it'd be pretty brutal. Someone explain what that stuff on the back is? Yeah, sure. I said this was a good one for technical discussion. So what it actually is doing, it's likely, if I had to guess, this is like the controller stuff for actually communicating through and like managing like the switching or managing, oh man, it might do like efficiency stuff now. I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure what each individual set of the components is, but I can tell you what they are and how they generally work. I can give guesses, basically. But I can tell you this. It's been a while since I've taken apart one of these PSUs. They have gotten a lot more complicated than they used to be. This is more like a... Hang on a second. Is that... You know, we were going for an autopsy here. Look at this chip. Is it just me, or does this chip look like it's mildly torched? Maybe I'm misseeing it, because sometimes they'll get flux on there. But that might actually... No, it does look toasty. It's looking a little toasted on the bottom there. Maybe this is what fried, man. I don't know. There's no obvious popped caps or anything, but the whole thing failed, so something's wrong. How old is this PSU? It's a little over a year old. They scratched the marking off? Nah, it's a, I don't recognize the branding mark. A CM6500 UNX 719713OM. I'll have to check out what that is. It's got a... A year? Yeah. I do wonder if that new drive I added fucked with it. Because I didn't use... I'm not sure if I actually used the cable that's supposed to be used with this PSU. And that might have fucked with it. That might have fucked with it a bit. Cause I forgot that I added that on Saturday. Did it genuinely explode? It just rebooted and wouldn't come back. Or like the PC rebooted and it like half second tried to come back and then and wouldn't come back all the way. So not sure. I fried a 3 terabyte HDD with the wrong power cords. They're not only brand dependent, they change depending on the era. Ah, okay, so there's probably something that wasn't quite right there. Still, it's weird that it didn't immediately fry and it waited until the next reboot to fry. Because I put that on, like, before I played Hightail on Sunday night. Shit, it might have been running at too high or too low of a voltage. The HDD works, though. I have it. It's on here. It's yet another... I have, like, 5 hard drives in this damn thing. It's not solid state. It's an old spin disk. I literally just added it because I found it and was like, oh, extra storage. What do you think of Hightail? I played it twice on stream, so that's got to tell you something. Could have gotten a power spike from the reboot. That's what I'm wondering. Power levels really matter. Once again, you're telling this to an electrical engineer. I'm aware. I do wonder what this controller is. Let me Google this real fast. Because, it's not always apparent what they might be, and I'm kind of curious now what all of this is. Oh, like, do I have one of my old ones that's, like, taken apart? I don't really want to break more. C Media Electronics. What is this thing? I found a data sheet. USB audio sound chip? Wait, what? Why is this on here? Wait, that is it. That's literally the chip. Why is that on my PSU? This can't be this, right? Hang on, where's the pinout? No, this is a wrong chip. Why? It's got the same exact part number, though. Alright. I thought I was losing my damn mind. There's no way they would install a fucking sound chip for a debug speaker. You would just run that straight out the gate. That's the wrong chip. It has an identical name, but yours is a CM6500S, a ZVS-like single PFC. Ah, okay. That one makes a little more sense. This is what it, by the way, if you ever do diagnostic work, this is what it always is like. Is going, what is this chip? Let me Google it. Nope, that's the wrong chip. That just happens to have the same long string of characters. The chip demands to be licked. I'm not licking the bottom of my dead PSU. Yo, King EPC, thank you for the 100 bits. How's one DROHS aboard? Put leaded solder on one of the terminals. Hey, Unclean, thank you for the 100 bits. Damn, that looks a little cooked. This is mildly cooked, bro. It'll be fine. Alright, hang on. Mellow Ruby, thank you for the 100 bits. Hightail fucking cursed you? Maybe. We'll see. WYRXR, thank you for the 200 bits. What's your favorite thing to cook? Ooh. Favorite thing? I'm real fond of a big baked pasta. I don't know if I'd say it's my favorite thing to cook, but it's one of my favorite things to eat. That's for damn sure. It's not as interesting to make as some other stuff, though. Memento Vespera, thank you for the 100 bits. Hey, Slap. Thinking of going back to school for EE eventually. Was wondering if you had any secondhand stories from people who concentrated in power plant design or grid distribution. Yeah, grid distribution, you're taking an easier path than going down the like programmer shit. That's for damn sure. That's actually like a pretty good field to take. Because a lot of people end up going down the software adjacent route. I know a couple people that work in there. They work for the power plant and they do their like grid balancing and shit. If you work in that, I'm gonna be honest, you're not gonna be designing a lot of power plants. You're going to be maintaining a lot of power plants. They're gonna have you, your primary job if you get a position in power distribution or like power electronics is going to be being the on-staff engineer for if something breaks. It's a pretty easy job compared to like an R&D job. But if you want to do development, that's not really the type of job that you want to go into, is actually working for it. If you want to actually set up like a microgrid, what you try to do is go into like the manufacturing or plant engineering of like a big factory, because a lot of big factories have microgrids like within the factory itself. It'll be like a compound. The power company will send main lines to that, and then they manage like a tiny grid for their entire complex. And if you want to do that kind of stuff, you would be getting your power electronics specialty, getting your degree in EE, and then applying to jobs at like factories and such. Hope you're good at PLCs though, because most of your work, if you work at one of those, is gonna be them having you fix systems that are run by a PLC. It's kind of, that's the in-between. You didn't go into software, but you're not entirely just hardware either, you know? Thinking of mechatronics, I want to get into prosthetics. I know nothing about tech, but I know human anatomy and physiology with microbio. Okay, wait, do you already have credentials in those fields? Because if you already have those, and you want to get the engineering degree on top of it, mechatronics is a very niche but incredibly demand heavy industry. Not very many people have it. The tiny grids and factories get to sell their electricity back to the grid? Yes, they do. Some of them even have generators. So they'll sell electricity back that they make sometimes. If you have bio experience, get a mech degree and you're golden for prosthetics. Yeah. I can tell you this, it is way easier to go into mechatronics if you have the bio part down than if you have the mechanical engineering degree and you want to learn bio. Because bio is a lot of memorizing. I'm not saying it's easier to get a mechanical engineering degree, but getting a mechanical engineering degree when you already have bio experience is going to be a better way to go about it. Usually factory power grid designer job is who cares before blackout and nothing works. Listen, man, the factory power grid guy at the place that I used to work at, he was a smart dude, and he planned for the rapid and unorganized expansion of a lot of the parts that they ended up actually needing to do rapid and unorganized expansion into. So he had like the proper grid infrastructure to maintain it. And he would brag about it all the time. Your projects done in uni count towards work experience. Yes! Yes. List those on your resume. It tells them that you give a shit, one, and also that you have done projects. Especially if you didn't get an internship. If you got an internship, the internship is the #1 thing they're going to care about. They're going to care that you did well enough and that people like working with you. Because one of the biggest things in engineering as a degree is that they don't expect you to have a lot of skills out of school. They expect you to have like rudimentary engineering skills, but a lot of the time they don't expect you to have like manage a project type skills. And the skill that engineers lack the most is being able to work on a team with other people. So they mostly want proof that you can manage your soft skills and also that you can learn their systems in a timely manner. My internship chance was killed because of COVID. Oh, well then, yeah, sell your projects. Dude, when I was interviewing, I had the NASA internship, which is the big one that was getting me offers. That was getting me in the door for offers. But during the actual interviews, what they would ask about were the projects I had listed. They'd be like, oh, it says here you modified a laser cutter with a custom, oh, can you tell me about that? And I'd be like, oh, yeah, actually, you know, I bought this CO2 laser on eBay, and then I modified it with this custom extension board and what. Like, they don't care. They don't even care how technical it is. They were more impressed by that project, which is mostly knowing how to buy parts and install firmware and get it running with some tweaks project. They cared more about that project than they did about a lot of the like fully custom robotics projects I did where everything was completely from scratch. Because realistically in an industrial environment, a lot of the times what you're going to be doing is working with existing systems and knowing how to get an existing system, read a 100-page data sheet for it, and figure out how to get it working in a larger system, that's going to be most of your job. So they care about that shit a lot. Aye. Would you have become a pro chef if you didn't become an EE? I've wanted to be an engineer since I was like 8 years old. I've never even considered another career, honestly. I've always wanted to work into it, and if I wasn't smart enough to cut it in engineering school, or like I ran out of money, which I was concerned about for a bit with scholarships and everything. My backup plan if I ran out of money was I was going to get a technician's license, which is basically you're not an engineer, you don't get to design things, but you get to build. You're the guy where the engineer goes, oh, can you build me a board that has this schematic? And then you go and like build the prototype. Because at least then I get to work with electrical stuff, which is what I like doing. I would have been fine with that job too. Honestly, after having worked in R&D, I might have enjoyed that more. Because there's a lot less pressure on that job to meet deadlines and stuff. You're given work and then told like, okay, make this happen, and then you just go and do it. And honestly, like, I might not be smart enough for hardcore R&D work, because I was struggling a bit. Let's see. I'm scrolling up to make sure. Poor lad got the knack early. I started doing electronics as a hobby when I was like a little kid. And a lot of people, when I tell them that, they're like, oh, because your parents were engineers. No. No one in my family is an engineer or even like a technical field. It was just me. I just wanted to do it. And I did my best at the time with what I had. Reading data sheets is very crucial. Yes, it is. Retrofitting is a more important skill. Yes. It's what they look for more oftentimes, unless you're working for like a startup. But I'm gonna be real, dog. Don't work for a startup. I've worked with a lot of startups through my life. I've worked with them in multiple ways. I've worked with them when it was startups working with the company that I worked for professionally for 8 years. They would commission us to like do stuff to make like a custom version of an existing product for them. So they had like good funding because that was fucking expensive. I worked with them then. I worked with absolute bottom barrel startups when I was in like high school and college doing like commission engineering work effectively for them. And I've worked with them as an adult, like outside of this, when I was trying to get my own startup rolling before I started streaming. I've got I don't know how to describe it. I fucking hate startup culture. I hate it so much, and I have so much disdain towards the entire thing because I wanted to be that for so long, and then the more I learned about it, the more I realized how bullshit it all is. And I've just grown to hate it like crazy, bro. It's because of the coastal elite. It's because so much of it is literally lying about how smart you are. Like, literally, the majority of it is try to convince some idiot with money that you are doing something that's going to change the world and that you are like Iron Man. That's such a core component. And I could never roll with being like that. When I bullshit something for a stream, it's like, well, it's entertainment. Like, the goal is to be entertaining. So when I'm like, this project isn't working right, and I'm like, guys, don't tell YouTube. I'm about to make this look like it works better than it does. And then you guys go, okay, I won't do it. There's a humor to that. But I'm not gonna do that to scam investor money, you know? then I feel convicted for it. Mellow Ruby, thank you for the bits. See, I love automotive engineering, and I'm glad I got my degree, but I wanted to go into cosmology so bad. Did you go into automotive because of, like, I'm assuming you can get jobs in it well? That is a cool engineering to go into. Banui, thank you for the 100 bits. Slab, are you genuinely happy? Yeah, I am. I've been happy for years now. When I was, like, a teenager, I struggled a lot more with that. But mostly because I wanted to be... I don't know. I was too egotistical then. Now, I don't really give a fuck. Not to the degree that I used to. And I've been a way happier person because of it. Also, Banui, thank you for the fresh sub. I mean, you're not really frying chicken in your toilet for dinner? Oh no, don't get it twisted, brother. I absolutely did fry chicken in my toilet. That was not faked. I'm pretty honest with stream. If you're here for the stream, I'm very honest with how accurate my stuff that I'm doing is. It's on the YouTube that sometimes I'll be like, this thing ain't working so well. So, guys, shut up for 1 second. We're gonna pretend like it worked crazy on the very first try, and then I'll do it. I'll be like, whoa, look at that. Dude, I do not want to work for myself or some bullshit for a job I've always aspired to be some other dude's worker and get told not to make. I am not that creative of an individual. I just want the engineering paycheck. Honestly, understandable. Honestly, understandable. I did always want to work for myself, though. That was always my big dream. Now, I guess I do. Ironically, I've tried to do, like, the startup thing for so long, and basically none of them have really worked for me. Or I dropped the project because I was like, I don't think this is actually a good enough project to try to spin into a startup, basically. Ironically, streaming, which I just did because it was fun, and I wanted to do it, and I tried it out and I had a lot of fun doing it. That's the thing that's got me actually able to quit my job and do full time, which is crazy. Actually, like it's literally like the one you least expect type deal, right? Oi, oi. Real talk, power is so easy if you want the paycheck. You just gotta be ready to write a lot of reports. Yeah. You want the easiest job in electrical engineering. Work for... Get your specialization in power electronics. Work for the power company. And, get your fucking hands ready to type a lot of emails. That's your deal. Momento Vespera, thank you for the 200 bits. Another few bits is thanks. Oh, thank you. Sounds like what I'm already doing. I do QC, programming and troubleshooting, and commercial solar. Hopefully one day I can design plants so people like me will deal with fewer bullshit issues down the line. You're doing some real work doing QC. A lot of people that I know that work in that hate it. But they're like, their why shit doesn't suck. I'm waiting for Twitch chat plays a startup. WYRXR, thank you for the 200 bits. Imagine the chaos they could wreak with a fully fledged joint stock company and investor money. Wait. Is your concept Twitch controls a startup? I gotta get some idea that has just enough legs to be a viable startup idea, and then effectively do this. I make Twitch chat vote on, like, all the financial decisions. I make Twitch chat vote on the direction that the company goes. They get to collectively write a letter to ask for VC funding. They get to commission, they choose who to commission to edit, like, a pitch video. That would actually be gas. That'd be that's like too high concept. But that would be actually awesome. I would need to do so much work to pre-prep materials, and it would have to be like a constantly recurring thing. How do you do that without bankrupting yourself? I literally said they have to get the funding. I'm not fronting any of it. Not beyond the prototype, at least. All right, Mellow Ruby, thank you for the 100 bits. It was job stability and previous experience with working on cars. Oh, yeah. Was mechanically inclined, but I'm obsessed with space. For what it's worth, you are more likely to actually work in your industry doing automotive. Anything regarding space, you're really gonna be... You're fighting an uphill battle to try to get a job in it. And I'm gonna tell you right now, the real truth of getting jobs in industries like that is who you know. Who you know, or who you can convince that you are a standout person. That's what investors are for. They're like little gremlins you exploit. How many investor letters do you think I could get chat to partition out? Do you think anyone would take it up on it? It could be like an hour-long bit on a Friday stream for several months. Well, here's the thing, is it's dead in the water if no one actually takes the bait. I imagine what would end up happening is someone in chat would try to get it with their own connections, which would make it actually, if it worked, it wouldn't be a genuine unknown investor. It would be like some person in chat who knows a guy with like a bunch of Bitcoin money or something. I knew Steve Jobs, trust me. Let chat prompt some AI to write the letters. Well, the idea would be that I would have like a templated letter, and then chat chooses like what highlighting, like what thing specifically to pitch, right? It'd be funny, honestly. That's high concept, but it's a funny idea. Oi, oi. What if chat can only hire other chat members? Nah, there's too much room for exploit there. Yo, Clarence Wiggleheimer, thank you for the 100 bits. If you think about it, you kind of are a startup. I mean, okay, I thought you were kind of cooking with, like, reality, and then you follow it up with, each stream you show a product, and chat is your investors. Anyway, here's 100 bits. Now make a robot that gives itself lung cancer. Bro, I already made a robot that smokes cigarettes. I feel like that's kind of in the metric. Yeah, kind of like a Mad Lib. Mad Lib for venture capitalists. Let us Nepo hire. I thought you were cool. I know a guy that had a lot of Bitcoin, but he threw it away. Such case. Can you plug the PSU in and change voltage or wattage to see what broke? So, I already did the test with a multimeter on it, and there is 0 volts coming out of anything because it will not fire up. So on a PSU, it doesn't just output static voltage. You have to send a trigger. Maybe there is a pin that gives you a static voltage, but generally, to get like your boot up voltage, you have to send a trigger down this. And it's one of these. I can't remember what it is. You trigger one of these pins, and then that tells it, oh, start up. And I attempted to manually trigger it to test if it was the PSU that was broke or not, and it would not trigger. Even though it did on other devices. The controller is toasted? Yeah, I think so. Beans might help. Did you try putting beans in it? I don't think I'm gonna put beans in it, brother. I think I'm gonna go no on the beans suggestion. The smoke from that could have made a good steak. Yeah, dude, I don't know why I didn't think of that. You know what I'm referencing? Absolutely not. Or is it that, are you referencing that YouTube video that's like, filling my computer full of beans and then calling tech support to see what happens, and then the tech support guy shows up and he goes, there's beans in it. That's it. Oh my gosh. Have you been to Cedar Point? Many times. It's the green wire to ground, but on your full mod PSU, it likely has full black cables. It should generate standby 5 volt regardless of whether the PSU is on. Okay. I was gonna say, I think there is standby voltage, I just wasn't sure where it was. And yeah, I know how to identify the cable on the old ones where they're all multicolored. It was green to purple is what you would short on the old ones. And then on this one, they're all black because they're trying to be too fucking cool, I guess. What's your favorite ride at Cedar Point? It is the Millennium Force is the best one there. Though I gotta say, what is it, Steel Thunder? The new one they came up with, that's a hybrid coaster, is absolutely crazy. The lines are ridiculous, though, and you have to take everything out of your pockets before you get on the ride, which is kind of ass. Also, I lost my credit card one year at Cedar Point because the locker that they provide for you to take everything out of your pockets, at the very back of the locker, it's a sheet metal thing on the bottom, and at the back, there's a gap that's like this wide. And I just had my card. I didn't bring my whole wallet into the park. I just brought my credit card. And I put my phone and my card in there. And then I was with my siblings. They were up visiting to go to the park. And they put their stuff in there. When they shoved it in, I saw the card go to the back. And it hits the back. And it hinges up like this. And then drops straight through into the lower locker. And then I had to call him and get him to cancel it. And I couldn't buy anything the rest of the whole day I was there. The dragster is awesome. Oh, the top speed dragster? That shit is gone now. It's pretty cool. I only rode it once. It was shut down all the time. Into the abyss it goes. I can't remember what card it was. You could have just asked the staff. Because it was like one of the high up ones, and that means it was gonna fall all the way down into the lower lockers. You can call the employees with the master keys to open the lower locker. I don't even know which one it went into. Anyone that had a bag shoved all the way to the back would stop the card from falling. And it would be in their locker. So it's not necessarily on the bottom. Also, yeah, no, I didn't. There wasn't an attendant there. Also, the lockers are in line. I think that's important to note for anyone who hasn't been on the ride. Is Cedar Point worth it? Yes. Maybe the most worth it amusement park of all time if you like roller coasters. They've got a shitload of good roller coasters. What's the other one? What's the one where it's like real wide and you go up to the top and then you drop straight down? It levered, you like go squunk and then it drops you down at like a 90-degree angle. Anyway, you guys are fucking backseating my Cedar Point experience from literally years ago. Maybe I'll go again this summer. It's pretty fun. Quick electrical engineering question. Do horses genuinely have massive cocks, or is that just a myth? Have you never, like, looked at a horse? You can answer this question yourself. Hey, you were just scared to ask. I didn't see an attendant even around when it happened. Once again. But, as I will alliterate again, you are backseating me getting my card stuck in the locker at Cedar Point like 2 or 3 years ago. You're backseating that. It's over, bro. The card got replaced for free. It was over. It was over. It's been over. I'm probably on another card by now due to it expiring. Backseating is a normal part of life. Get used to it. I'll take that advice a little more from you, Talks. Look, you're Mr. Stream Expert. You've set up, like, stream elements and audio virtual cables and shit on your OBS. But until you have mastered the art of learning where the go live button is, I'm not taking shots like that from you. Engineering question, could you run a carnival? I love the Cumtown podcast guide, a story where he rode a kid's ride 6 times to find his wallet at Six Flags after it flew out. What the fuck? Oh my gosh. Can you run a carnival? Do you run carnival? Oh my gosh, dude. This is an excellent. I'm glad I decided to do this stream for no reason whatsoever. Oh my gosh. When will you run carnival? Hang on a second, also. The problem with trying to diagnose anything on stream. Well, honestly, I think I already did diagnose it. I think it's that chip that looks like it got fucking cooked. I'm gonna be real, fam. I think the fried part is that control chip that looks like it's got a burn mark on it. But who could really say? I, a buffoon, was about to go, why are they thermal pasting a giant MOSFET to it's probably a voltage converter, to a piece of plastic? But no, this is black aluminum. It's not a piece of plastic. Interesting that they do this to the internals. They anodized all the internal aluminum to also be black. Which is interesting. I should take this giant-ass cap off of here. 420 volts. It's a bit of a funny number. 560 microfarad isn't crazy big. Can we replace that chip? We would have to source it, order it, reflow it, replace it, and then hope that that was the problem. Oddly specific? I mean, it's only down to the tins place, so it's not that specific. Also, did you know you can go, like, way above the spec on a capacitor? Those shits are not accurate at all. They don't even remotely have to be close. It's kind of wild, dude. Return it to Amazon, say it didn't taste good. Yeah, it's like 20%. Dude, it is crazy. Resistors be like, yeah, the tolerance is like 1%. And then you'd be like, that's not good enough. I needed a low tolerance one. Give me 0.1%. Meanwhile, capacitors like 20%. Take it or leave it. It's so unserious. How about you're balancing the board with a screwdriver like the Demon Core? It's because the light right above causes too much glare if it's like this. Look, it literally darkens the rest of the image. So I have it propped up like this. I'll be real, though. I'm mostly just reading chat. Well, I'm pretty sure that chip is the culprit. I don't really have a way to test if it's the culprit because, I don't know exactly what it does. But it's got a little burn mark on it. Thank you, Diagnostics. Is a $20 graphics card a red flag? Maybe, like, Darwin's Law should apply to you. And I'll say, nah, bro. You should definitely go for it. Read this, Glorbass. As much as you hate on your camera for not focusing right, it adjusts the white balance really fast. Yeah, it is good at that. I give it shit for not focusing, but that's just because it's not able to lock on. Also, it's funny because this is a Panasonic Lumix camera. And these are quite a good deal. They don't really have the resale value of something like a Canon or a Nikon or a Nikon. Or a lot of streamers use the Sony A1s, I believe. And then my main camera is a Fujifilm, which is pretty expensive. I didn't buy it for streaming. But it's now the mainstream camera. These guys are really nice, though, because you can get one of these. It's a, not a DSLR, technically. It's a mirrorless body. But you can get the camera body for like $200 or $300 used. When they're like, you know, 600 to 1,000 new, depending on what exact model you get. It's pretty damn good. But I was like, why do streamers not use this camera more? Like, if it's so cheap for what it is. Like, it seems like a pretty good budget option. On the preview, it's clean HDMI for me because, one, I'm cropping the sides off. See that? I crop my frame to 4:3 aspect ratio like an old TV. But actually, up here in the corner, you can see there's a little symbol in the top corner that you can't get rid of on the HDMI. And the other thing is that it fucking tracks your face. And you can't, at least as far as I'm aware, you can't get rid of that. So if you're a normal cam streamer and you want to use this as your face cam, it's gonna have a fucking square over your face the whole time. But I didn't realize this until way later because I don't use it as a face cam. What model is this? I believe this is a Panasonic G7. Fuji is like Kodak, the best of the best old shit. Mine's a Fuji X-T4, which came out not that long ago. I love it as a camera, though. As a stream camera, it's overpowered for what it is. It's good, but it's overpowered. But as like a camera, it's a great cam. What were the GoPro problems you used to have? Oh my gosh. Fuck GoPro. Actually, like, fuck GoPro so hard. What GoPro problems did I not have? It overheats and then it shuts off just randomly. If you try to, it has a streaming feature that lets you put in an RTMP server and stream from it. Oh, that's cool. Let's use that as like a second stream camera and then we can go over that. Except it just randomly will decide to disconnect. And once it randomly decides to disconnect, it just won't reconnect. And no matter what you do, it won't reconnect. You'll try again and again and again and again and again. And after 10 tries, then it decides to reconnect. And literally, like, no discernible reason, like, no change in the internet, no change in anything. It has to go through the fucking app a lot of times, and the app just will crash. The GoPro itself will just fucking crash. It's shit. It's so shit. I hate the GoPro. Don't get a GoPro. Don't get a GoPro at all. They literally, like... Just to say, you owe your stream to the high point of my week. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you like them. Here, hang on. Hang on, I'll put a little text for anyone coming in. AMA. Alright, I shouldn't say AMA, that's a Reddit word. Q and A. Any questions? Engineering, science, career, streaming, etc. This is a rare a rare specified Q&A. Project is kill for today. Add bullshittery to the list. Do it jiggle. Eyebrow raise, lip bite emoji. What does electricity taste like? It tastes like a hammer hitting your tongue. I've been building guitar paddles and want to use that fat fuck capacitor and a boost pedal. I'm going to be honest, it's probably not going to do that much better than a smaller one. Just because you're not going to be working with the voltages that it's rated for, which is why it's so big. I have a cap. Do I still have it, actually? I had it when I was a kid. Hang on, let me see if I still got this thing. If it's not here, then I don't know where it is. Ow! Sharp stuff in this. Oh my gosh, everything. Holy shit, there's a an old IDE cable in there. Alright, maybe I've lost it now, but it's somewhere. I've got it somewhere in my possession. This absolutely colossal capacitor. It's like the size of a soda can. It's huge. It's not even that big of a value. It's just like high voltage. Oi, oi. Read my previous message for info on the autofocus on the G7 if you want backseating on that. You should be able to set the G7 to point focus using the back button to toggle through the different AF modes. Not sure about the Panasonic, but Canon allows you to remove all overlays. Yeah, okay, so not every brand lets you do that. Yeah, I've removed most of the overlays, at least, on this. I don't know if I can remove all. Hang on, I gotta piss real fast. Alright, we're back. Alright. Understand this may not be the chat. Does anyone know how to be a cheap ass and receive the images from Goes19? What the fuck is that? Y'all see that dude lost his streak doing this dance? Wait, what? Trying to get into civil engineering. Do you have any thoughts for how to start? Where are you at in your career? High school diploma, presumably? You've got a high school diploma and you're going in, or are you already in college? If you're already in college, just start signing up for those math classes next semester. What is the most underappreciated engineering feat in history? The true most underappreciated is gonna be one that I don't know about, surely, right? That guy that did the dance for 2 years trying to get a girlfriend. I forgot about that guy. How long have you been streaming and how'd you get started? Okay, we're gonna tackle that after. Hang on. We'll tackle that after. I will... Let me go on about most underappreciated engineering feat, according to me. Underappreciated only because the general public doesn't know this much about it, but it's pretty well known among engineers. The transition from black and white television to color television, I think I've talked about this before. Genuinely, like, incredibly clever. They've already got signals defined. There's already thousands and thousands of televisions in circulation for black and white television. Now they're coming out with the color TV. And we need a way to cram color into the signal in such a way that color TVs can show a color signal, but black and white TVs will show a black and white picture. So it needs to be... You need to somehow fit this extra information, a decent amount of information, into a signal that all old TVs are going to work with. Because if it breaks, if it makes anyone's old TV not work anymore, they're not going to be having it. Something that lets you know that this happened a while ago, because nowadays it'll be like, oh, sorry, bro, the new version of this essential program doesn't work on your version of the iPhone. You have to just buy a new one, even though it's like 3 years old. Now people just do that shit and they put up with this dog shit. But back then, you'd have a village fucking rioting if their TVs stopped working because they changed the signal. So what they did was they crammed in the signal of the black and white picture at the end of the scan, they crammed in color definition to the signal that you could filter out with just a basic resistor filter. And it's so, like... It's so clever, and it worked with all... Because the way the black and white TVs work, they just wouldn't filter that part of the signal out. So they were able to just fully, like, transmit the same exact way it always was. But now, if you had a color TV that had that filter in it, you would get a color image instead of a black and white one. Yeah, if I go look it up again, I can go through the nitty-gritty details of how they did it, but that's like the very high function what it is, and it's genuinely so impressive that it worked. Do you wash your hands when you piss? Yes. Where the fuck is the spice rack blueprint you promised me? Never promised. Never even once. I literally said I wasn't gonna do it. Banui, thank you for the 100 bits. Do you get your taxes done professionally as a streamer, or do you do them yourself? So this year, I've had to actually get a tax guy. I'm still getting stuff arranged for that, but I'm gonna have a local tax firm do it. You should always get a local guy. Don't do, because they're gonna know all the municipality taxes and shit you gotta deal with too. So I'm getting them all my stuff so that I can file my 2025s, because before, when this operation was much smaller, it was like, yeah, I'll do it myself. Yeah, I'll tally all my expenses and make sure everything. But now that it's bigger, it's like, oh shit, the IRS might actually give a fuck if I do something slightly wrong. So let me actually get a guy. Ham, thank you for the 15 months. I appreciate you. I'm setting up some Walmart desk that I got that's going to act as my workbench. How would you recommend I store my electronic components? It has some side cubbies I can maybe add separators in. Figured I'd tackle organization early. Okay, so little components like your resistors, your caps, your transistors, and all that stuff. Even like little sensor modules, get a big tackle box. Put them in the little tackle box compartments. That's what I use. Easily the best way to keep things sorted. I have these big drawers. I guess I can't show them too easy. Let me see. Like this. I buy these at flea markets for cheap. Because old guys use them in their garage to hold screws and stuff, but I have them full of electrical components. For the bigger stuff like the Arduino boards, just get like a small Tupperware will do for those. So for mine, I have a little box that I put all the like bigger boards in. I mean, now I have a bunch of boxes because I have a shitload of stuff, but I've also been doing this as a hobby for, fuck man, 20 years, more than that now. I started when I was pretty young. I still have some components that I literally have from when I was a child. Now, I said I used to scrap boards. I still, when I'm going through, like, when I was looking for a capacitor to fix that Nixie tube. I want to say neon. I was like, that's not it. The Nixie tube, when I did the Nixie tube Geiger counter, and I was looking for a capacitor that could fix that driver. A lot of those caps I was going through were old ones I salvaged when I was like 14. I still have a lot of the old parts, because a lot of it, you don't want to throw it out because you might need it one day. A lot of times when you're planning a project, you'll buy the parts for the project. The parts that are in the drawers are for when you need something on the fly, you know? Always look forward to your stream, brother. Thank you, Mellow Ruby. The rest of the last message was context. Yeah, I read it. I just didn't read it out loud. I was just being a bastard. Sloppy Bobby, thank you for the 100 bits. Tips for putting together a project portfolio. Currently a first-year college student. I have a whole bunch to put on, but no idea how best to present them. All right, I would, if you're asking, like, which ones to include and which ones to exclude, try to get a wide variety. So if you've done a lot of, like for me, I did a lot of competitive robotics, and I listed on my resume when I applied, like, one, this, and this robotics competition, but on my project list, I only put the best robot. And then I put, the laser cutter I made, and I put a, like, RFID tagging system that I made for my fridge at the time, because that's, like, a completely different type of thing. And then I put, an electrical, what was it? It was a, my transistor clock that I made entirely from transistors and diodes. Because it's like each one of those projects would show a different kind of skill set. That was my idea. And honestly, I think that shows pretty well. What I would change... in that from what I did is, now that I've worked in industry, I know that they really value teamwork-based projects. I would have focused more on that I worked with other people on the robotics, or like, because I did another competition thing where it was like, you're given parts and you have to, like, build a thing out of the parts that meets spec before a time limit goes, and I won in that, too. But I had a team with me, and I should have stressed that as well, because they would care that I could work with others. Basically, the thing that I always push here is, a lot of engineers are good at engineering. Not very many engineers are good at talking to other people. Stress those soft skills when you apply. Show off all your good accomplishments. They're gonna be skimming those fast, though. When you have the stuff that proves that you can work with other people effectively, that's what's gonna make you stick out from a lot of your peers. No one wants to hire a one guy. No one wants to, engineers like to idolize, and software guys do this too. They like to idolize the concept of a 10x engineer. It's a meme at this point, the 10x engineer. It's one guy that can do the work of 10 people, and he's cool, so he's a lone wolf, and you just give him the project and he does all of it himself. Companies don't want to hire these fuckers, because guys like that, who think they're like that, can't work with other people, and they end up fucking up projects because they won't consult out when they need to consult out. You gotta play to your strengths here. You shouldn't try to be a 10xer. You should try to be someone that can work well with your peers. And who knows when to go, this isn't something I'm very good at. Let me work with another guy on this. That's what they actually... At the end of the day, they don't care how much technical knowledge you have. They care how fast you can get a quality product out the door. DIY 251, thank you for the 6 months. I appreciate you. And Real Snowmo, thank you for the 4 months. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. Yes, being able to fit in well with a team and work effectively is better than anything. There's an engineer I used to work with. He was a dog shit engineer. Like, technical skills, I ran laps around him. But he was a better engineer than me. Why? Because his projects got done faster. And at the same quality that mine were. The difference is that when I would get stuck on something, I would start trying to problem solve. Okay, what is this? Oh, maybe it's this, maybe it's this, maybe it's this. Okay, run through these, try to learn it for the future, which is it's not a bad way to go about it. He would run into a roadblock, do a preliminary like couple minute check, and then immediately ping someone else who he had a directory of people that were good at different aspects of like the company's stack, and he'd be like, do you know anything about this? And they'd be like, oh yeah, it might be this. And he got things done faster than I did. That's what mattered. It didn't matter that he wasn't as good at the engineering part and that a lot of stuff he ended up putting out had a lot of parts written by other people. It didn't take out much from their day. He was very good at like partitioning that. He was able to get it all together in the end. Now don't be like, hey, can you write this for me? Then you're fucked. But don't be afraid to ask questions kind of deal, right? Brought the spreadsheet with color-coded people by skill set. I mean, like, there were certain people where I was like, if I run into an issue with this, like, proprietary communication protocol or stuff uses, I know a guy I can call who, like, has that shit memorized. Oh, if I have a problem with this proprietary thing the company uses, I can call this guy up because he's gonna know it. Like, yeah, you gotta, when you're working, that's good to do. The most effective I was when I worked there, probably the best work that I did was when I worked with him. And he was just, like, I was still doing most of the technical work, but he made sure that the parts where we'd got stuck got moved along so fast. I wish that I had worked with him sooner. I worked with him, like 2 years before I quit for the first time. And I realized, I was like, oh shit, I should have been running my stuff like this, man. I would have been better. I probably would have been further along. No, you can learn from my error. Geniusly ironic, thank you for the 6 months. Appreciate you, brother. Are you winning? We're talking about careers. We're doing Q&A. Tell me about something you've never managed to put back together. Okay, wait, hang on. A few things. When I was a young child, I took apart many things that I couldn't put back together. One day I took apart the camcorder, and it never quite worked right after I put it back together. And that was when they made me no longer allowed to take apart things that worked. Hang on. I'm trying to think of a more recent thing where I took it apart and then I could never get it working again. What is a PSU? It's power supply unit for a PC, which we've got here. Diagnosis, by the way, conclusively that this control IC right here, this little guy, has a little bit of a char mark on it. I think he's the one that popped. I think he's the one that burnt. Some of these other components do have flux flashed up on them, but he's the one. He has like a little deformation. I think he's the one that blew. Likely due to an overdraw due to a miswired SATA wire, if I had to guess. No more VHS tape. For what it's worth, it was the old one that me and my brother used to make our stupid videos in the backyard. So mom and dad were not mad at us, but my brother was like, dude, this was our thing. For what it's worth, I was trying to just add another little feature, bro. I had already modified it once to have basically a built-in flashlight that you could flick on, if you... What was it? There was already a button for some feature that we never used, and I swapped that button out and rewired it so that it would turn the light on so that you could do like a ghost hunting type thing. So I had already modified it once successfully. And I think the second modification, I was trying to add a mic jack so we could use a boom mic, I think was what I was trying to do. Anyway, it never worked right after we put it back together. Oh, I think I fucked up one of the mechanics because it would record straight to a VHS tape. What was a project that you expected to fail and did for a bit, then were surprised it worked? The Nixie Tube Geiger counter that we built on stream like a month ago. Actually crazy. You guys have witnessed a lot of my recent ones like this, where I expected, where I'm like, this thing's going fucking horribly. It's not gonna work, and then it ends up working at the end. The older, I guess, if you want a non-stream one, it was my Micro Mouse robot that I made to do competitive runs with. The second prototype of it, I took a lot of liberties above the first one, and I added like this 5-axis, or no, it was a 9-axis IMU that was soldered directly to the board. I not only didn't have an SMD like heat gun or like an oven or anything. I didn't have anything. I didn't have a heat gun. I didn't have nothing. So how do you reflow a little tiny surface mount part that's so small it can fit under your fingernail? Well, my friend, I was in a rented apartment at the time, and I pulled out one of the skillets that came with the apartment, and I literally cooked the circuit board in the skillet on the stove. And I gently brought it up to heat, and right when I saw that solder paste turn silver, I pulled it off the heat, kept it very level and very careful so that it didn't jiggle the parts around. And then once it solidified, I popped it on out of there. The bottom of the board was a little brown. It got a little seared, but all of it worked. I cannot fucking believe it all worked. I wish I still had that robot. I sold it back to the school for like $800 when I really needed that kind of money. It was right after I graduated, and my bank account had $100 in it because I spent all my money putting the down payment for an apartment, or the security deposit for the apartment that I got here, basically, before I bought this house. That makes the Red Ring of Death towel trick look like child's play. Hey, man, it fucking worked. That's the main thing. Hey, you're live. I was just watching your vids. Oh, hey, Neon Pickles. Welcome in. Yeah, this is an unusually casual stream. Basically, the project I was originally going to do today got fucked because of delayed shipments due to the bad snowstorm here. And then also my computer died, so the stream couldn't start on time, and I thought that I might have, like, the whole week fucked, but luckily it was just the PSU dying. We did a autopsy of it here, and, yeah, now I'm just doing some real casual Q&A. Good job on buying the house. It cost like $100,000, the house did. Not in down payments, that was what the entire house cost. The joys of living in Ohio. My shit's like $900 a month in living expenses. Or not in living expenses, but in my mortgage. If you're willing to live in Ohio, let me tell ya, even after the houses all went up after COVID, this house is valued at like $150K. So your mortgage would probably be like $1,100 or so. Because of the I think it's like $950 now. It changes every year. Because like 500 of that is the actual loan, and then the other 450 is property tax and insurance and stuff. I keep getting asked to move to Ohio. I'm not saying you should move to Ohio. Honestly, less people moving here means it will continue to be cheap to live. So, I recommend you don't move to Ohio. But if one of your goals in life is own a house, don't be one of these idiots that moves to like San Jose. Get you someplace out in the middle of nowhere, man. That's where you'll get. Or even just in a city that doesn't have a lot of glamour to it. And you'll probably be able to actually get your way, basically. Of all the collabs you've done with other VTubers, which has been your favorite? That's... I mean, it's not fair for me to put a favorite collab out there. I also extend it to be all streamers and not just VTubers. Really liked the appearances that I've done on Dead Blossom Jesse's streams. He's such a showman. He puts on such a show for his audience, and like I never know what to expect when I'm on there. It's kind of awesome. Let's see. It's obviously Fillion. Okay, the Fillion collabs are fun. They are fun because I get to show off and be a crackhead for a bunch of, like, people that are not used to that and have no idea what to expect. But they're a lot of work because I have to put on a show that's, like, keeping up with the high octane that she keeps her streams at. I intentionally de-escalate my streams to the point where, like, when I'm at the middle of my stream is kind of like this right now, right? Where we're kind of just vibing, we're bullshitting, we're talking. The beginning of the stream, I'm like, this is what we're doing today. Here's our plan, blah, 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 blah. And then, we're bullshitting. You're in the garage with me while I'm, you know, putting the spark plugs back in type of deal. And then at the end, it's crazy and crazy, and you know, we're using the thing that we built and we're testing it out and we're seeing if it's working. But it's distributed. It's not high octane. Like, the stream is not high octane. If you want high octane, watch the YouTube videos. They're all edited to be much more like snappy than a long live stream. I don't want them to be high octane because it would fucking exhaust me. But when I do Fillion streams, they are like that, so I try to match the energy, and it just wears me out. I have loved doing stuff with her, though. That's been a lot of fun. Oi, oi. We're holding the flashlight for you. Did you do your bike trip stream yet? Yeah, not only have I done it already, but it's been edited into a YouTube video. And it's one of the best performing ones that I've put out in the last, like, month or two as well. People loved it. Bless up. That was a really fun... I'm glad people like that, because I had a lot of fun doing the Temu bike stream. He has such insane stories during the road trip. That was so fun. I loved doing that road trip. As much as, like, it was to, like, drive all day, every day, I had a lot of fun doing that. Is the dryer brick still happening? Yes, I promised it would. My problem right now is the fact that I need to wire a dryer up. I can't get the dryer into the basement. It's so big and heavy, and it's gonna be a massive pain. And then I would just need to haul the pieces out if I destroy it. So it's like, shit, what was that? I can't get the dryer into the basement. Okay, so what do? Oh, easy. Set it up in, like, the garage, and then film out there. Except, the garage doesn't have 220 volts, which the dryer needs to run. Okay, just get an extension cord that lets you run the 220 volts from the basement outside. You need at least like a 50-foot long extension cord to go from the basement to outside. A 50-foot long 220 volt extension cord costs like $200. It's so expensive. So I just haven't done it because of that, basically. What I think I'm going to do, I'm planning on buying a generator for my house. There's also a certain stream in the spring that I'd like to do that might involve a generator, so I would be able to also use it for stream. But I'm planning on buying a generator for my house. I could get a generator that has a 220 volt output, and then I could link the dryer into that, and that can just be outside. That's the idea. I just haven't gotten a generator yet. It's only 120 volts? No, it's not. Well, also, why... Like, dog, I own the dryer. I know what voltage it takes. Look up an EV extension cord. It might be cheaper. That's kind of a good life hack, actually, but I think they're still pretty expensive if I'm being real. Go to Harbor Freight. Those are some good generators. Yeah, with the well, that's the thing. The generator will cost more than the cable, but I can actually use a generator for other shit. Heat pump dryer. Dude, I already own the dryer. What EE skill do you not have that you wish you did? I wish I was better at math. That's not really an EE skill. I've always lagged behind this. I learned how to do circuits and electronics and everything early on in life, but I never liked math very much. I gaslit myself into liking it because I knew I had to like it to be an engineer. But, like, I struggled the most in math classes. And I actually really wish that I understood it a little bit better, because there is times where I'll be like, ah, shit, man, if I was a little more, cognizant, I'd be able to throw this shit together better. Big Knuckles, thank you for the 1,000 bits. I appreciate you. The math hate is so real, though. Oh my gosh. Yeah, math sucks, bro. I got hardwalled by AP Calc. Yeah, that'll do ya. Guy on YouTube who does nothing but generator rebuilds from Facebook Marketplace. So many cheap ones are just bad fuel and carb cleaning. Damn, that's pretty cool, actually. Maybe I should pull one from Facebook Marketplace. My friend's power got messed up by the storm. Half the power phase going to their house was coming in at like 70 to 80 volts. So small electronics works, but stove and furnace blower were out. I've had that problem. Brown out on one single phase, but not the other one. So certain things worked, and then other things would go intermittently off. I don't know, man. Whoa, do you know how to weld? Yeah, I actually took a class on it. I know how to do stick, TIG, MIG. I haven't, I was certified briefly. Maybe I still am. I don't know. I don't know, actually. I was AWS certified, which whenever I say that, people say, like, the web server? No, American Welding Society. I had to do a test where I welded a pipe in 6S position, and then I think it was a 3-pass, and then they cut it open and did like an acid check on it and a bin check and whatever. Welding certs are 5 years. All right, well, I definitely don't have mine anymore then. TIG is the best. TIG is what I would run if I'm gonna weld on stream. Yeah, it's a lot more. It's a lot more easy to control. Honestly, of all of them, I was the best with stick, though. I don't know. I have a good... I think that it's literally just that I could lock in and get, like, sprayed with scalding slag and not stop whipping the stick correctly. I think that gave me a little bit of an edge over my contemporaries. Ever seen the laser welders? Yeah, those are cool. That's just being a good welder? Yeah, I know. You can tell the... Well, I mean, a lot of the people in this class were not doing this for their career. The ones that were fucking mogging me. But, I was at the top of the hobby guys, but the bottom of the career guys. Fox Mom Mina, thank you for the 100 bits. Throw a coin at your crackhead, but also... What project has yielded results far beyond your expectations? Okay, it's an interesting question, because do I count the actual answer? The literal answer is probably the horn. I built in 2023, like early, like February 2023. I bought these little guys off, not these are the ESP32s. These, nah, fuck, this one also is. Some variation of this guy. These little ESP8266s. I bought a couple of them off Amazon. They're real cheap. Real cheap little guys. And I did a stream called Building an Innovative Chess Cheating Device, where I used some code someone else had already written to connect to Twitch chat as an IRC, and then whenever you would do a command and it would match string with the command, it would vibrate it would click a relay that would vibrate a little vibration motor on it, like in Morse code, for whatever the message was. So it was going off of that supposed scandal where they said that the guy cheated in chess by using a butt plug. That was the bit, right? This was one of my first ever project bits. Then, once that worked, and that actually did really well, now I already have the code that can read Twitch chat and do stuff with it. And dude, I have leveraged that code that I banged together that one weekend in 2023. I'm still using it to this day for chat-controlled projects. It's barely changed. But then like a week later, I was like, you know what would be cool is anytime a sub happens, I have stream elements send a command that makes a horn go off. So I made I jerry-rigged this car horn that I already had scrapped, and I had it already scrapped because I had built it as a clock originally years ago. I built this project where it was a clock where the alarm was a horn, and I built it for a guy I knew that had trouble waking up, but then he fucking ape fist smashed the top of it when hitting the snooze button and destroyed it. So he gave it back because the clock part didn't work anymore. But it still had the body and the horn. And it's literally, I built that just as an off stream thing. Like, that's gonna be funny, right? To this day, it's the same exact device. Like, it literally, like, you guys have seen me fix it, and it's made out of like those, it's made out of like MDF, and it looks like the horns look like Shrek horns. Like, it looks like that because that was how I made the alarm clock look. So, it's all just that alarm clock project from ages ago. It's same body and everything. But that, by far, that has had more... I mean, hell, I'm on like the 6th horn or something on it right now. That's by far the most influential project that I didn't think. I had no expectation that it would be used beyond like a couple weeks as a gimmick. I was like, this is going to get old really fast, and I'm not going to want to have to have this loud ass horn here. But then everyone liked it, and I kept it around, and it became like a permanent part of the stream. So it's pretty cool. You change it to a moo horn. Imagine a dog collar taser based on Super Chat and Twitch bits. No, I don't think I'm going to. For a week, make it like the Alarmo that goes, ma, ma. The horn is the best gimmick ever. Horn and now receipt printer. These are like the kings of gimmicks. There were other gimmicks around at the time, too, in the weeks after. Well, because I made the horn one week, but then every week I was making like a new gimmick. Then I made a Nerf gun that would shoot. And then I made a... I made some other thing. It would like... What was the other thing? The Nerf gun that would shoot was one, and then something else that made noise. I can't remember. Maybe it smacked a drum or the wall or something. I can't remember. The ringing bells? That came later. When was the Yippee gimmick decommissioned? It wasn't decommissioned. Do you know what it is? Do you know what the circuit for the Yippee gimmick is? Hang on. I think that this will maybe answer the question of why doesn't it work anymore? People ask me all the time, and like, I didn't decommission it because it's annoying. I didn't decommission it because I think it's like stupid or whatever. Hang on, do I have it? I decommissioned it because it just stopped working, and I don't even know where to begin debugging this. Man, this is the circuit. This is the circuit. So, Like, what do I even do here, dude? This was back when I, You see, you can see a direct... You can literally see when I quit my job and was able to stream full-time by me no longer... It was the minute that I stopped making projects that look like this. Because I finally had literally just a little bit more time to prep an actual build, and where it doesn't have to be all this stuff. This is an Arduino board. Hang on, it's got like so many proto boards. Okay, we have an ESP board that gets a signal from chat and counts the +2s and then sends that number via this ribbon cable to this Arduino Nano board, this pink board here. Or this, it's Arduino Micro? I don't know what it is. It's one of those. It's an Arduino board. And then that has pins that lead to this relay board on the back. And then these relays, I think I'm only using 2 of the 4 on here. One relay goes to this MP3 player board, which has a card that has the yippee sound effect on it. And that plays it out of this speaker. And the other relay goes to this buzzer that goes... Bah. And then these 3 wires would go... Or these are 2 wires. There's a third one somewhere. Those would go to the LED strip. So, hope that answers the question. I swear I didn't decommission it because I thought it was bad. It's literally so fucking cooked that I do not know where to even... Like, we basically need to start all over again and rebuild this from scratch, because this is just like a piece of shit right now. I don't even know, like, holy shit. We should just get rid of the bar. The LEDs were the thing that was breaking all the time, and also the wires leading to the LEDs would always get snagged and rip this off the desk, which is what eventually killed it. How long did it last? Like a year, I want to say. It was many months. So it wasn't even short-lived. It just couldn't hold up to the abuse that it was being placed upon. Okay, here we go. Looks like it just powers it up. It's not like actuating a button or anything. Also, yeah, of course there's no documentation on any of this. I just fucking made it. And that was that. If I, like, change my API key on Twitch or something, this one would never have been able to be updated anyway, so it was kind of cooked from the get-go, I fear, just due to that. Because anything that you can't update is... It's pretty bad. Alright. Let's see what we can do here. That's the wad of tape and wire you talked about? Yeah, when I said it was literally a ball, I think that you guys didn't realize that it is a literal ball of wires. Anyway, I've tried to do better about not making stuff like this now. Undocumented projects are always fun. Every project I do on this stream is undocumented. That's the thing, baby. That a lot of people do not realize. Because people will ask me for the schematic of the project. And I'm like, dude, if this project doesn't have a written schematic, I'd have to make one for you. Holy shit. Okay. This is ground. Oh my gosh. This is so shit. There's ground. You think if I plug this in, it's gonna get a signal? $5-volt DC. I think this is powered off of 5 volts. Like, what does this go to? Oh, this is just another thing. Hang on. Let's unplug that. Where did that originally go, though? I feel like that went to something. Oh, wait. This was the input power. This was to the LED strip. That's what this is. But this is now... I don't know where the data line to the LED strip is gone, but this is now... Okay. If it still works... How about we rehouse it to a good home? The anime girl Arduino? Yeah, it is the anime girl Arduino. Alright. Let's see. Turn this up to 5 volts. And let's see if this calls home. Whoa, that's fucking bright. If it posts in the chat. Yes! Okay, wait. Guys, try and see if you can get it to trigger. Do a +2 wave and see if you can get it to trigger. I might have... Oh my god, dude! It actually still works! Okay, hang on. If this man... Okay, so it was the power, then, that was fucked up. I can't believe it. It actually does still function. Holy shit. Okay, well, wait. If that's the case, then let's get a power supply wired into this as well. Hang on. Yeah, we might be able to actually get this guy working again. If it's gonna do that. Let's, hang on, where's one of those cheap adapters? Those cheap power adapters I was using, the chargers. Not one of the ones that actually does any amount of power, but one of the horrible ones that don't. Hang on, wait, I might even be able to... Hey! I just realized, I might not even have to splice into the cable if I power it with this. 1 second. Alright. I have you guys test it again here in a second. If I get one of these guys, one of these cheap-ass... For Netgear product use only. Netgear. Wait, what does this go to? This is even more shit than the ones that I bought on Temu for the stream. Let's see if this makes it work. We'll see if it says humor bot aggregator. Alright, see if you can summon it with this. Hi, Dr. Pepper Guy. Welcome in from YouTube, brother. Alright, it actually does fucking work. Okay, sweet. That tells me everything I need to know. Perfect. Let's get this guy over here. Guys, we're about to turn mistakes into miracles. Okay? I'm not... Here, you'll see in a second what I'm trying to do. I think we can bust this guy out of its cage. Out of his enclosure. I want the circuit board inside of him, not his external self. It's probably glued together if I had to guess. Yeah, baby. You can hear the glue. Dude, after... Also, guys, after waiting and waiting for this thing to go up on eBay for a absolutely, like, ridiculous stream, it finally did. So that shit is coming up soon once it comes in the mail. Just to, like, cock tease you a little on it. Maybe I should just rip it apart. I'll give you $10 for your table. I'm not... This table cost me, like... I built it, but the countertop that the top of this table is built on costs, like, hundreds of dollars. Now, maybe it doesn't look like that now, but... Listen, bro, trust me. No low balls. I know what I got. Yeah, baby. That actually is just very conveniently crammed into... Uh-oh. Wait. Okay, now how do we get it out? Watching the older VODs and seeing the Virgin table. The Virgin table versus the Giga Chad charred desk. Here, I might have to rip the rest of this thing apart to get to it. You can sand it, it's still solid wood. People keep telling me this. I cannot express... Okay. Alright. Let's do this one again. Alright. See how this lies? This is a caliper. When you pull this out, it measures. You can measure the tip of this extension. If I put a flat object on this desk, let's say this breadboard that I've got, like this right here, and then I put the bottom of the caliper, line up the bottom of the caliper with where the flatness is marked. That is how deep the burn in the table is. Like, I really don't think you realize how deep just the hole is. And that's not even how deep the burn is, because the actual char is gonna go below the surface of the desk, right? You'd have to take, like, this much off the top of the desk. The desk is only, like, this thick. You would have, like, thin-ass... It would be, like, this thick of wood after you took all the burn out. But also, once again, people earlier in chat were talking about... We're talking about controversial streamers and how they were shocked that they live in squalor despite being millionaires. And I was like, if you know ball, you understand that they do that on purpose. And if you know ball, then you understand that it is in my best interest to not change this desk. It being burnt to absolute shit is part of the stream. People would be upset if I swapped it with a cleaner desk. It also is, like, part of the excitement, because, like... Because, like, if you're here when something happens to the desk that is now visible on other streams, you can be like, dude, I remember when that thing happened. Like... It gives that extra, like, flair, right? Exactly, it tells history. It's not just a messy desk, it's a desk that was clean when we started streaming, and is now absolutely burnt to shit. And full of holes, and full of flaws that are specific to its journey on this stream. You know? desk even has its own ice cream flavor. You're right. I forgot about that. I did make ice cream with it. Oh my gosh, this thing is so... Dude, I'm gonna have to... I'm peeling back the plastic like crazy. These little contacts go up under and touch these pads, which I'm gonna then just solder to. Look, you'll see what the vision is here in a bit, okay? I swear by tearing this apart, I'm actually making the reincarnation of the autism yippee machine stronger than it could ever have been otherwise. Alright, hang on. Yes! There we go. I knew that would get it free. Yeah, they put some gunk up in there to really hold it in. There we go. We will coat the bottom. You know, we're after doing all this shit to get the tape off of this thing. You know what we're gonna immediately go and do is put tape all over it again. Now, we have this wonderful discarded case for our ATX power supply. What better use of a case that already has a power plug in it than to house a significantly less torched device. Let's fucking go, brothers. Here, hang on a second. Where's my bolts? Or my, where's my screws from this specifically? I need the two that go here. I'm realizing now, unfortunately, I cut this off here, so I'm going to actually have to solder new ones on, which isn't the end of the world, but it's a little annoying, isn't it? Yeah, we will. Active Yippee cooling. Put the speaker in the box so it picks up a slight echo. I mean, I was gonna have it in the box, but pointing out of the box, you know? This will unironically work. Hang on. Get the driver for this. Where'd my other... I dropped it. Are you kidding me? Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Hang on. Ow. Ah! And then... There we go. See, I told you we would get it back. What the fuck? Why does this one not want to go in? Oh, there it goes. Okay. You know what? I shouldn't complain. It got there in the end. Self-tapping screws, baby. Oi, oi. Really need to go to my old work and see if I can get the police light bar so you can use it as a rave light for the yippee. The chat monkeys will rip your face off 1 month from now when the beeping ruins a YouTube video and you accidentally spill water on it and decide not to fix it like the subathon when you turned it off. Oh, heaven forbid I want to not have my video ruined by something getting fucked up. I turn the horn off now when I'm doing, like, the big reveal part of the project, and you haven't even fucking noticed. You haven't even noticed, because I think that only maybe one person has ever given anything during it where the horn would have gone off. The main perk here with this build is that I'm gonna have this little switch on the inside that'll let me turn it off when it needs to be off, and on when it needs to be on. Aye, aye. Lake of the Wolfinator, thank you for the 2 months. Appreciate you. Oh, and Big Knuckles, thank you for the 500 bits. You're the person I aspire to be. That's very sweet, but you could do better than this, brother. How do you feel about filling in the craters in the desk with epoxy? Oh, you mean so when I do something, when I do hot work on my desk, instead of leaving another burn mark, it creates toxic plastic fumes? Yeah, that sounds awesome. I don't notice because I don't stick around that long. Well, I mean, I don't think hardly anyone has given subs when it would honk during that. Because it's only off for like 5 or 10 minutes. But like, that literally fixes the problem. The main problem with the honk being gone is like, okay, yeah, I guess the audio is technically a little more clean, but also like, I don't know, the honk for sub is such... It's such the heart of the stream. It's so important to the stream as a whole that it needs to be there. This one, you can take it or leave it, I feel like. But I do like the +2 indicator. Also, I didn't accidentally break it during the subathon. I don't know, you're probably just baiting. As with most things. Have you considered filling in the craters with cigarettes? Haha, I have 2 jokes. Question, I don't know the lore. Why do you hate HoloLive? I don't hate HoloLive. I watch some of the people in it sometimes. I don't really watch a lot of Corpo VTubers now, though, just because, like... knowing how it works ruins a lot of the magic of it. But I have never hated them. HoloLive is one of the better companies out there, as far as, like, VTuber Corpos go. Was it accidental? It was on purpose because you wanted to sleep? Oh, okay, then I did do that on purpose. Oh, heaven forbid I don't have a free way to try to wake me up. If you're gonna try to wake me up during the only sleep I got during that subathon, you gotta at least pay $5 to try to do it. Not watching equals ferocious hate. People probably do think I hate him because the subreddit got mad at me for rooting for my friends to win in that award show instead of big corpo streamers that have the massive advantage to win because they're more popular than everyone else. This would be like being like, why do you hate George Clooney? And it's like, oh, I didn't hate George Clooney. I just didn't want him to win Actor of the Year in a contest against a category where someone that I personally know is one of the nominees, you know? It tore into you. One of the problems with Corpo fans is they are very, very tribalistic. And they're always trying to suss out antis and whatever, and it's like, I'm not an anti, dude. I just wanted my friends to win instead of your streamer that is literally could not even show up. Maybe because they couldn't be bothered, maybe because Corpo wouldn't let them. Who knows what it was. It was probably because Corpo wouldn't let them, honestly. Obviously, I'm gonna want my friends to win. Or, like, you know, my acquaintances. So I said you were nepoed? I think I said one person was nepoed because they got hired because they knew someone else in the company. For what it's worth, though, I didn't mean that even, like, as a diss. I meant it in that I would rather the homegrown talent win against them. But, like, what's her name? Korone in HoloLive. If you're a HoloLive watcher, you know who these people are. Korone is infamously a nepo hire. Like, publicly known. She's said it, I think. It's like something that's not very well hidden, right? Where she got into the company only because she knew one of the other talents early on when they were not as big of a company. Literally one of the best talents in the entire ordeal. Universal favorite, especially on the EN side. Everyone loves Korone. So someone being nepo doesn't even mean they're bad. So many holo talents are? Yeah, and if you know anything about anything, you know why. Because it's way better to take the word of someone in the industry that already knows this. It's so, with like recruiting for VTubers, it's so fraught with like people who are who don't know how to be professional. So when you have someone that gets recommended and they're like, hey, I've known this person a long time from this other industry, they're entertaining and they know how to be professional, like that is gonna really reflect well. Basically every VTuber corpo nepo hires. All the ones that I know, they have people that are hired because they knew someone else that was in it. And it makes sense, because that's a pretty good way to get good talents. There's a difference between nepotism and having a referral. In streaming or with VTuber companies, they're pretty much the same. Well, I guess you would call nepo if they like swung around specifically to get it, but they're all recruitment based or like scouting based. So it makes sense that you would first interview the people that were directly recommended to you. One of the HoloStar's talents mentioned knowing someone within the company and it was very frowned upon. There's a lot of random little things like that. They're very picky about many, many things. They're very picky about a lot of little nitpicky bullshit details. There's an entire dichotomy from it, and honestly, as my audience has deviated further from like people that watch VTubers, because I'm a VTuber. I'm not really a VTuber. I have an avatar, but it's mostly just because I don't show my face. I don't do the VTubing culture thing. I don't have kayfabe, and I don't play up a character, and I don't do, like, the idol thing. and I don't interact with my audience in the same way that a VTuber does. There's an entire complex culture to that I don't interact with, and I'm mostly only adjacent to the community because when I started streaming, I would make fan clips of VTubers that were smaller streamers. You do have a lore video? Yeah, but I made it as a joke. Not as a joke to, like, rag on VTubing as an industry, even. Just as, like, oh, it'd be funny that if I did this bit. Because it's so not my thing. But I don't really associate very strongly with VTubing now. Why don't you show your face? Just started not doing it. And at this point, if I did, it would be a big deal, and some people would not like it. And it's like, if you want to know what I look like, you can look it up. I've done, like, public con appearances and stuff. It's not, like, a mega secret. If I got invited onto, like, a live action show with someone else, I would just go as myself, and you could see me, like, there, right? Like, basically what I'm saying is it's not like something that I go out of my way to hide. That I go out of my way to hide and make sure no one ever finds out kind of deal. But for streams, I think it's better to just not show. And if you see me in, like, a reflection or something, whatever. I don't care. You don't need to send me 20 DMs about it. You know who you are. I say you know who you are. That's a lot of people. A lot of people message me when, if they see my face in a video. Yeah, like Wade from Dank Pods. Where, like, he doesn't show his face, but he doesn't care that you see it type of deal. I like the, hang on, wait. Does this have line and neutral? Oh, yeah, it does. Alright, sweet. I cut line and not... line goes through the switch and not neutral. That was what I wanted to mostly make sure. He's gone on a podcast type show and shown it? Who, Dank Pods? Dank Pods has had his face out on a couple at this point. Dude, he was on a Cold Ones episode one time, which is fucking funny. And my main thing was that I was saying I don't really present myself as a VTuber because I respect the medium in its pure intent. There's some parts of it I don't respect, but in its purest intent, I respect the medium with all of its kayfabe and its, like, culture that it has behind it, but I do not want to do it at all. I don't want to do any of that. I don't want to maintain any of the standards necessary to live within that. So I'm just a guy, and I happen to have an avatar. The kayfabe's part of the fun? Yeah, it is. But, like, not the flex, but I don't need the kayfabe. I don't need a kayfabe as a mad scientist that plays with radioactive materials in my spare time, because I just actually do that on stream. Like, I don't know, man. The stuff I do does not require kayfabe. Which is one of the main reasons why I have no desire to, like, do it. Plenty of VTubers don't. Yeah, but also a lot of people would argue that they aren't, like, purist VTubers. Is it like professional wrestling? Yeah, in a sense. There's a character that you're expected to play up. And it's not like acting, but it's like improv, where you play your improv character, you know? And there's a certain, like, level of separation. People don't try to figure out what, like, Macho Man Randy Savage is like in real life. Right? They just care that he's... Like, they just there for the character, you know? The other details don't matter. VTubing is very similar to that. At, like, the corporate professional level, at least. Macho Man was like that in real life, though. See? He gotcha. CV-wise, thank you for the fresh sub. I appreciate you. Outside of the bit, do you actually smoke? No, not at all, actually. I don't ever smoke. Maybe a cigar once in a while, but, like, not cigarettes. J. Samuel Steele, thank you for the 5 months of Prime. I appreciate you. He's dead IRL? Wait, I actually didn't know that. What the fuck? Except when you started doing it out of habit. Those weren't even real cigarettes, bro. I started smoking fake cigarettes out of habit. Bro was a smoker for the bit. Alright, time to tape bomb everything yet again. So that it does not short out and blow up my enclosure. Because this is an all-metal enclosure. Actually, hang on. Holy shit. Hang on. This will help a lot, actually. There, we have the little plastic covering. Yeah, bro. Do you think this shit was gonna be more organized this time around? You were fucking wrong. It's just gonna be in a bigger box. Hang on, and then this here, and this... Yeah, right out the side, baby. And then hang on, if we just stick it all down with double-sided tape, we'll be fucking baller. What those SIGs did to the VTubler were disgusting. Oh yeah, it absolutely fucked that up, dude. It's also funny that it's called VTubler. It's literally like, I could not construct that as a bit, brother. Hang on. This, like, nano tape that they made popular on TikTok for some reason, this shit is really good double-sided tape. I love this stuff. I'm not doing any of the weird craft shit they're doing, but I got it at like the Dollar Tree for $1. I got like 2 rolls of it, and it's kind of awesome. It kind of goes crazy. All right, I think we need to. Yeah. It's a metaphor for Slab's streaming career. You thought it was gonna be more organized, but it's just bigger. I gotta frame that and put that on the wall, brother. What the fuck? Alright, hang on a second. I'm taking the fan out. We don't need this. Alright. Why is there not a screw hole in this side? Did I put these in the wrong way around? I literally did. One of 2 ways to put it, and I put it the wrong way. Alright, it's got that MSI seal of approval, so remember that this is an official MSI product. And it should be warranted as such. Dude, it came unstuck already? Are we dead ass? Bro, I used the strongest tape I owned on this shit. Hang on. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. It's because this is flopping around. China's finest indeed. Is your ass dead? Not yet. Come on, bro. There we go. Now, where did my screws go, though? Like, I literally had all the bolts here, and then I, like, scooped them up and put them somewhere, and now they're gone. Oh my gosh, they're up here. Why did I put them up here? I put them up on top of my little... Okay, hang on. If this works, then we could say we had one successful project today. And then I'll feel less like a shithead for all my stuff breaking. I don't actually feel that bad, but you know. Just get the electric screwdriver out again for this. It was really good at that. I put it away because I thought my screwing was done after the diagnosis. Okay. Now, it's time for the moment of truth. Time for the moment of truth. Will we blow this up when we plug it in? Let me turn off. Well, hang on. Let me grab one of these cables first. If it smokes it, it's never coming back. That's the stipulation. If this goes up in smoke, it's dead forever, okay? Ready, set. All right, no smoke, no sparks. Didn't blow the breaker. Oh, wait, I didn't flip it on? All right, 3, 2, 1. Oh! Boys, I think it worked. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, the Yippee box is back. Congratulations, boys, we have done it. Let's fucking go, dude. Alright, let's put this guy back. I thought we would never have a day that was chill where we could just fix this thing. That's actually so perfect. That's actually awesome. Proper success. Let's put it over here. Let's put it in a more permanent fixture. Where would we want him to go? There's not a lot of desk real estate going on here. But we can put him maybe like... He might be a little more distant from the mic, but I think y'all can fucking deal. You didn't even have him for a long time. You should just be... Basically what I'm saying is you should be fucking lucky you got anything. Here. Alright, and then when he connects again, then you can run him back. But yeah, he works now. Yippee. There he goes. The LED strip is not coming back. In fact, let's go ahead and peel it off. It literally just kept breaking. Unfortunately, wow, look how white it is at that part of the desk. It's in too much of a hot zone. It just constantly would break. So, we're getting rid of the LED strip, but you've got the Yippee again. Oh, buzz it all you want, motherfucker. Y'all should be happy you got this. The alternative was nothing. You're welcome. Make it a protection. So, I mean, no, I'm not even going through all this. Basically, like, it's really easy to... It is so much easier to cut stuff now without something being on the back plane of the desk. There's always stuff that sticks off there. Before, there was a tripod blocking so you couldn't run things off of it. But now, the camera's mounted to the ceiling and there's not a tripod there. So it's a lot easier to just have the back blank. Alright. You know what? I think we've done some good work today. Let's find someone to raid. Even though we were just goofing around. I'm glad we managed to get any stream at all, because everything was against us for this one, bro. Everything was against us here. But we managed to get it out. Let's see. Do you guys want to watch... Let's see. What do we got? What we got running here? Let's raid, is Mumkey actually live? I remember I raided her after a gaming stream and she was not, in fact, live. Oh my gosh, I think she's actually live now. Let's raid Mumkey. Yeah, you guys are mounted to the ceiling now. Which is why sometimes it'll be strangely off-center, because I'll, like, go to adjust the lens and accidentally move it, and then I'll have to be like, oh, there we go. It's mounted to a small rig. Little armature up there. Hey, thank you guys so much for showing up. We should be good tomorrow with a stream. I think what it's gonna be one of two things. I think we're gonna try to build... Okay, have you guys ever seen those, like, carnival timing drums They use them in, like, India and stuff now, and they used to use them here, but they're really unsafe. So, we don't really do it anymore, but it's basically you have, like, a big cylinder, and you put, like, strips of, like, metal on it, and then you have the positive leads of your, lighting dragging across the cylinder while it turns, and it lets you do, like, timing patterns. It's very stupid, but it works. It looks stupid, I should say, but it works, so it's not stupid. Yeah, it's for light sequencing. I always see videos of them on TikTok and stuff. Anyway, I want to try to build one myself, because I think it'll be ridiculous. So we'll see how that works. It's gonna be either that or a cooking stream. We have one of two. But I'll see you guys there.